footrest?
You just slide that table over. Here.
Shove it for me.
Alright, I'll slide the table.
I can't get it from this angle.
Over.
It's a big table. Keep going.
I'm gonna start ripping things off the ground if I shove it anymore.
Yep, please don't rip things off the ground.
Okay. Well, that was Karen speaking. You know Karen. Karen is unexpected here tonight, but...
I'm boring. I'm old hat.
Who else is here?
I'm Katie, Rich's sister.
Okay, okay. So this is a first? It's probably weird for you. It's normal for me. This is every day of my darned life.
What, having a sister? Yeah, you've had a sister for quite a while now.
Oh, please.
She's not even the oldest sister, so you had a sister before. But this particular sister, she's been around.
I'm new.
A number of years.
You're the newer of sisters.
Yes.
FTL keeps going out of full screen. Why does FTL do? It's not even showing. Oh, for crying out loud! Crying out loud! My life is nothing.
Technical difficulties.
My life is nothing but technical difficulties. All right, so now we just honestly we just chit chat. That's all we do. Anything you want to talk about? Like, you haven't seen Wonder Woman.
No, I haven't.
Were you looking forward to seeing Wonder Woman?
Sure. More than most of the DC movies.
I need to see it in honor of the 5-year-old with Wonder Woman roller skates that I was.
There you go.
A number of years ago.
Keyboard. I need. Keyboard.
I heard it was really good. One of my friends saw it last night, and
Yeah, I've heard mostly positive reviews from the pile of nerds who are my Facebook friends. And I mean that the best possible way, I really do.
Alright, I need a name.
Oh, did we mention your name, or do you want to mention your name?
I did.
Rich's, because they were addressing you as Rich's sister. Her name's Katie.
Well, they need to pay better attention.
Maybe they do.
Alright, so, can you hear my sister? Is what I need to know. Is she audible?
Is my microphone working?
Am I audible? Because, you know, we could probably put the microphone 14 counties over and hear Rich.
Yes. So it sounds like she's audible. That's great. That's great.
Maybe he hogged all the genetic volume, and there just wasn't very much left by the time it got to me.
That seems possible.
All right, I'm naming our first person here. That's totally being named after you. So you're on the ship now. Congratulations.
Huzzah!
This is gonna be our ship. Actually, should I do the ship or should I do a different ship?
That kind of looks
I
like...
have no idea what this game is.
It's called FTL.
The first ship looked kind of
So
like...
what do you do?
I'll show you. Well, we'll get to that.
All right.
We fly around
ship.
the galaxy. Is there a ship you like?
That one's the last
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well, then are you
Kind of
guys
reminds me a little bit of the
guys
Firefly.
from British, or you're all caught up and ready to go?
That may have been deliberate, for all I know. All right, Karen, give me the name of somebody in the chat.
There's a Moog Master.
Moog Master, M-O-O-G?
Yeah, like the synthesizer.
Oh, well, yeah.
At least I assume that's what that refers to.
That's the thing. Why no face cam? Why don't you have a face
There's
cam?
a crow's teeth. I've heard of hen's teeth.
Who said pick me? Who said pick me?
Joseph was here.
Joseph was here, said pick me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then, I mean, he's the first one I noticed.
The first one you noticed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure there are about 14 of them saying it, and I apologize to any who said it first.
All right. I'm normal difficulty here. We're hitting start. Basically, you just need to get to the other end of the galaxy with the important plans that will save the Federation
Okay.
from the evil rebellion. It's kind of a twist on the Star Wars, where the rebellion are the evil ones.
Oh. Well, I'm sure the Empire would have said that all along, so it's really a matter of perspective.
Now, I've talked about you on the stream before. Here's something I don't think I have mentioned. You like the Star Wars prequels.
I do.
Talk about how you could possibly like the Star Wars prequels.
Is it a nostalgia thing because they came out when you were kind of
Well, they
growing
did.
up?
I was about 9-ish, give or take, when Phantom Menace came out. And I had seen the original trilogy first, so the prequels were not my introduction to Star Wars, but it was like the big thing during my formative years. So maybe that has to do with it. I
Is
don't
there
know.
generally a different view among? I mean, you're like a millennial, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there generally perhaps millennials have a more favorable view on the whole of the Star? How do you feel about Jar Jar Binks?
I hate Jar Jar Binks. I think
Okay.
it's
At least we've got that.
probably the worst character ever created.
So you're not complete. Oh wow, I got lucky. You're not completely nonsensical.
No.
It is a pretty big.
I'm not
age
saying
gap.
that they were,
Rich is the
like-
oldest of all of the kids of both of his parents, and Katie is the youngest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I'm not saying that the prequels were cinematic genius, but I would not simply watch the original trilogy without watching all. Well, now
so you
7 or
consider
8.
them canon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What if I'm introducing a new person to the Star Wars universe? Whatever rock they've been hiding
you have
under,
them
I would
watch them
have
in
them
order?
watch the original series first.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, I would always watch from Phantom Menace through in
Through whatever the other one's
episodic
called.
order.
Well,
rather than
if you watch the prequels first, then you lose like the big reveals in Empire. and
right,
whatnot.
right. So that's why I
I'm
said
your
like
father, Luke.
to introduce someone to it, they should start with A New Hope.
Although I have to
Okay.
say
But-
that even
but-
if you've
Once you've got all the
Yeah.
spoilers out of the way, I feel like you should start with
I have to
Start
think
with the
that even
beginning.
if you haven't seen the movies, you probably know some of the spoilers. I don't know if there's anybody out there still, unless they're like from
I do
some
know a couple people
non-technological
who
would
have
know Luke is
not
the-
seen
is- I'm Your Father, Luke.
that part. They probably
I am your
have.
father, Luke. That's his name.
Yeah, pretty much.
His proper name is I am your father, Luke.
Darth Vader. That Darth Vader. Not necessarily that he's Anakin or blah blah blah, because that kind of comes in the prequels. But just the biggest spoiler in
And here
that
you are
series.
spoiling it all right here.
Yeah, for anyone.
You're the reason this has been spoiled, but for everyone.
If anyone hasn't ever watched or heard of or been in the same universe as Star Trek,
Why are you watching
shut your
this?
ears. But yeah, but
Star Trek.
I hate to wars.
You're gonna spoil Star Trek now?
Sure. Captain Picard is Luke's father. I'm sorry.
It's totally Kirk. It's
Yeah.
it's totally
Kirk's everyone's father. I mean, like
He did get around.
he would have been on the Maury Povich show every single day. I'm sorry, you are the father. Oh, damn it, not again. You're gonna have to hawk my spaceship.
You do know that's a gross exaggeration, right? That's a gross. It's a caricature of Kirk.
Honestly, I never
Kirk
went
is not
through and
that big a
counted
horn
how
dog.
many times he scored in the series.
Well,
He's
shockingly,
famous for doing some Green
shockingly,
Woman.
there are 0 scenes in Star Trek: The Original Series of Kirk having sex.
No, but it's kind of implied.
Technically, he fell in love about 12 times over the course of the series, but he was always in love.
No lust involved, huh?
Just probably a product of when it was on TV. And what they were allowed to show.
Now my pause
The
button
first
stopped
interracial
working.
kiss on TV.
Yeah?
Did this crash? Why are you? Oh wait, I didn't. Never mind. I'm just being dumb. I'm not hitting the right buttons, and the game wasn't working because I wasn't hitting the right buttons. Who was playing? I am playing.
Has Spock had sex? I don't know. He's had.
Yes.
Well, I know he went in. I know he went into heat.
Oh wait,
but
he
I
did-
don't.
that's right. He never actually
Yeah.
did. You didn't know about this, right?
When
what?
when Spock was in heat.
No. I have to say, I've only seen like 2 or 3 episodes of the original series.
Rich, would you
I
like
saw
to explain?
I saw lots of Next Gen,
sexual-
but
No, I mean there's an episode about this. Vulcans go into heat once every 7 years.
okay.
That was an episode
And it was
of a TV show in the '60s. That was an episode. So, what did you think of the recent Star Wars movies?
I liked the first one.
What do you think of Rogue One?
hmm?
Well, go on. Sorry, I finished thought.
We're still talking Star Trek.
Oh,
Yeah?
you want
Or-
to go back?
Wait, which are we?
to Wars.
We did mention
Wars.
Rogue.
We can talk
Okay,
about-
yeah. I liked the Force Awakens. Looking forward to Last Jedi. try and keep my expectations fairly low so that I can be
Force-
pleasantly
The
surprised.
Force
But
Awakens was the first one of the recent ones, or the second?
The first.
Okay. What was the second one called?
Rogue One.
Oh yeah, that's
but
right.
that's not
Not related.
that's
really.
a Star Wars story or whatever.
Just try not to think about it too hard.
Sort of like fanfic, but made by the same people.
You know what?
It's like
yes,
an
that's exactly what it was.
inter-episode.
That is the ultimate description of Rogue One. Fan fiction, but made by the people.
It was, let's get all the money we can out of this franchise
Pretty
by
much.
making
Let's
more
milk
movies.
Like a cow.
To be fair, they spent $4 billion for the franchise.
With a B?
With a B.
Oh lordy.
You didn't know that?
I never really thought about it too much. That's Disney, right?
Yeah.
Well, they've got it.
They get,
If anybody's got it, they've got it.
no sympathy, huh?
No. I don't even want to know how much money Disney has. They're gonna buy Apple. I don't know this.
They could.
Few things would surprise me anymore.
Are they asking any interesting questions in the chat, or is it all just garbage? What's going on in there, Rin?
I think they say Disney will buy RLM for only $1.5 billion. I'm okay with
I'll
that.
take that. I'll fucking heartbeat.
I don't think any of these. Yeah, Karen is here too. I don't think anybody at RLM would have a problem with dividing up into a few chunks. $1.5 billion. They wouldn't even have to be even chunks, and we could still be talking about massive amounts of money. So, I wanted to quickly diverge for a second. Isn't it convenient that all of the space aliens in Star Trek seem to have the same kind of genitalia as humans?
We actually got into this discussion last night. Yes,
This
it
is a
weird.
regular recurring thing?
Apparently it is, yes. Well, less specifically the genitalia, but just how everything is a humanoid.
They're all humanoid.
Yeah.
You realize there's an explanation for this in Star Trek.
Other than
it's
that it's
cheaper
cheaper to
than-
make the
That's
costumes?
that's the reason. Well, you need actors. Not everything can have 8 tentacles
Sure,
and a
and,
beak.
and the whole CGI thing was not really a thing in the 60s.
Even now, it's not feasible just to have a whole bunch of CGI characters.
Okay. So anyway, what was the supposed explanation that they were all seeded by meteors or something?
Well, not
Like-
meteors, but they're all seeded by the first humanoid race that ever popped up. And they were the only intelligent life they could find, and they were lonely, so they seeded the galaxy, hopes that we would all come together someday. But we didn't come together. We were all
Plan
at each
failed.
But
other's
he
throats.
was a little lonely, tired of being the one and only, so he thought he'd make some little friends. Smurfing land.
What
I'm
the
sorry.
heck are you talking about?
I had an LP when I was a kid. It had all kinds of weird, catchy, satanic verses.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, are you a gamer at all?
Not really.
What's the last game you ever played?
Like
played-
a video game?
Probably played some of Aaron's.
Yes,
Probably
yes, what was the last video
You
game?
played some of Aaron's
Super Mario
Japanese
Brothers 3?
That is a
fun.
good game.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's gonna diss that as being like,
The only video game
classic.
system I own is an original NES, so I'm a little limited.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm
No.
not a big gamer, and I love some of the old NES games for sure.
You did I thought you did the Dance Dance Revolution, or was that just?
Oh,
mine?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The pad broke. So,
So that was it.
we tried
Can't
to
do that
buy
anymore.
a new one and it wasn't working very well. So, that kind of fell by the wayside.
Talk about Rich's childhood. Is there anything you have to say about childhood and me?
You weren't a child by the time she
Yeah.
could remember you.
No is an acceptable answer to anything anybody asks tonight. I don't know what you're comfortable
What
talking
I-
about.
When I'm
Our
when
family
I,
circumstances.
When you and I started hanging out, I think your sister Erin was about 13, and you're what, about 7 years younger or something?
6
Yeah,
years younger.
Katie
Yeah,
is
so-
significantly younger than me.
So you were like in first grade at the time. So yeah. Do you remember what he was like when you were in first grade?
Uh,
Old?
Not terribly much, no. I just remember that when I would go over to your house, we would play video games.
Yeah.
Usually, and I was not very good at them.
Because you were 7.
I remember one detail that I remember is that you had like change all over the house, and your grandmother would let me keep anything that I picked up.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So I would go on like little scavenger hunts and pick up
Find all
loose
the
change
coins
from
that
all
fell
over
out of
the
Rich's
house.
pockets.
Aww. Aww.
Do you remember how odd that house was that he grew up in?
Yeah.
Talk about the
Yeah,
house.
what do you remember? Because I remember a lot, but I was grown up by that point.
For the record, for people who don't, I'll say this much. We have the same father. We do not have the same mother.
Yeah.
Our father and my mother split up when I was very, very young. And in the shuffle, I ended up being raised by my grandmother.
Yeah.
Then my dad went on, married a very sweet woman. Dad's a very sweet man. My mom, it wasn't an angry split, my dad and my mom.
No.
They both got along just fine.
And
There
they
was
both
no
went
bitterness.
on. If they hadn't split, they wouldn't have both gone on to have other children, and those kids wouldn't be here. And they wouldn't be no longer kids, but so it worked out okay.
So, when we talk about you visiting me, that's literally what happened. We didn't grow up in the same house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that he was living with his mother because he wasn't living with his mom either. He was living with his grandmother. But his mother lived close by.
And it was not very long after I came along that you were, like, having friends and a social life and stuff, and you were...
But what do you remember about that house?
I remember that you had a pool, and there was a water slide.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I feel like I almost drowned once, and I've only been on a water slide, like, once.
Well, it was a
since
water
I
slide
was
if you put a hose on it, basically.
kid.
It was a slide that
Yeah.
they had, like I don't know, zip tied it to it or something.
Yeah. I remember Dad was like, "Don't worry, I'll catch you," and then he didn't.
I hear that. Yeah.
You got...
I'm told that Rich's father once decided he was going to go down the pool slide standing up and nearly cracked his head and possibly killed himself.
He
but
nearly
he
cracked the
didn't.
back of his skull open.
Just cleared it.
That strikes me as something that Dad would do.
See, I always thought he was like a techie computer person. Okay, I always thought that his driving was an anomaly and not a symptom of a greater thing. Is the driving just part of the whole package? Because I always thought your father was kind of straight-laced.
First things first, how does he drive?
Oh my god.
I feel like I should probably not comment on this.
Oh, wow!
I'll comment. The last time they were up here, we did not end up streaming with them, but they were up here maybe 6 months ago, a little less. And I got in the car, and Rich's stepmother was driving, and I said, "What? Rich's father was in the same car," and I said, "I said this person is driving. We're saved."
Yeah.
Because he's one of those people who just thinks other people can read his mind, and he just kind of Maybe he takes a quick glance. It's hard to tell, but he'll just spastically change lanes at the slightest provocation, or possibly none.
Yeah. I can see him deciding to slide down a water slide on his feet.
On his feet and almost kill himself. I still think my mother did the stupidest thing ever, though. She tells me that when she was young, she met up with a couple guys. They were friends of friends. But anyway, they ended up with 2 guys with motorcycles, and my mother and her friend were on the back of the motorcycles, and they decided to go for a ride. They decided to go through the woods on their motorcycles at night and then turn off the lights.
That sounds like
I
a
looked at
good
her and I
plan.
said, I came close to not being here, apparently.
Alright, give me a name of somebody in the chat room.
Animist Prime. Animist. Animist. They want to know if you watch Red Letter Media.
I've seen a few things.
Yeah, same here.
I'm assuming it does not appeal to you. And that's fine.
You swear a lot.
Like a drunken sailor. Like a drunken sailor, and I have no regrets. We made that Oranges movie, me and Mike, way back when.
He
Yeah.
swears a lot the way the Pacific Ocean is damp.
Yeah.
And
We do have one of your Oranges movies.
I remember your mother's advice, though. You should make it for children. And I was like, no, we're making something R-rated. That's what we're doing.
We did recently watch Space Cop.
Am I a drinker of alcohols, and if so, what is my tipple of choice? I'm not much of a drinker. I'll go for the occasional beer. I tend to like, the usual hipster, hoppy sorts of microbrew things. I don't know. I'll try different things when things look interesting here in Wisconsin, but not really much of a drinker. I don't have a regular tipple. And I like the occasional margarita if I'm at a Mexican restaurant, but by and large, I'm not a connoisseur. Talk about Space Cop. Rich, I still need to see that. Oh, yes.
So you watch Space Cop?
I did.
Hipster beer, yeah, yeah, IPAs. I like IPAs. I actually genuinely like IPAs, and I like them a bit bitter, and yeah, hipster beer. There's lots of restaurants that have their own microbrewery crap and whatnot. So if we're in a restaurant and they've got like their own beer, I'll look and see what looks interesting.
So what did you
Because this is Milwaukee,
think?
and Milwaukee does beer.
Are you done? So what did you think of Space Cop?
I thought it was entertaining.
What did you honestly think of Space Cop?
I thought it was entertaining. It was, it's hard to describe. I feel like it's the sort of movie you have to see to...
Words do not do it justice.
Yes, that's exactly it, Karen. Words do not do it justice.
Oh, I've seen the trailer and whatnot, and I did like the line about horse penis and Chinese people, so apparently that's what hot dogs are made from in the future.
Yep.
They want to know if you're proud of your brother being an interstellar superstar.
I am proud of my brother. The celebrity of the family.
Oh, weirdo.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We're all weirdos, though. So that
You're the normal one, really. Maybe your mom.
Mom's more normal than I am. I
mean,
I don't
Erin,
think
like,
anybody's ever described me as normal before.
Erin, lived in Japan, and then she... Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, you were the one who had, elven characters all over your shoes when you were in high school, right?
Yeah.
That was you, so
I was
guess
the
you're
one that
pretty
wrote
nerdy.
my high school notes in Elvish.
That was kind of awesome.
When they weren't in runes.
I made up my own, alphabet, but it was just, straight character substitution. I used to write stuff in that.
Well, that's how I did it.
Or write it backwards. From
I would
left
not
and
show
mirror
my
it.
Elvish notes to a legitimate Tolkien fan because they're not.
So you're not
correct.
fluently Elvish.
No.
They're broken Elvish.
No, some girl in my math class printed out a chart from the internet and was like, "Look, it's pretty," and I was like, "Yeah, it is." So
Yeah.
I learned it.
Pretty.
And it was a direct character
Somebody
for
says it's
character,
an
so-
alphabet. ELF. That's cute. That sounds like something your dad would come up with.
Yeah.
His dad is the king of bad,
Yeah, aside from
bad-
his driving
bad
and
puns.
and possible water slide stunts, he's a punster.
They want to know if it's Kenya or Sindarin.
I don't even know.
I'm guessing
like I
those
said,
are
some girl gave me a
dialects or
chart she
something?
got off the internet, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Ooh,
so
it's pretty."
You're a poser.
I have never pretended to be.
They want me to ask you about Space Cop being a hit in Uganda. Is Space Cop a hit in Uganda? And how many copies do you have to sell to be a hit in Uganda?
There
What's the
are
population
these
of Uganda?
famous
Are there a lot
people
of
in Uganda.
Ugandans?
These Ugandan people who made action movies.
Okay.
They're actually, I guess, they're fans of us. They had some kind of clip where they mentioned Milwaukee being famous for Space Cop.
Is it subtitled, or did somebody actually dub
They probably
Ugandan?
speak English.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering if there was a Ugandan, if you could go into a Ugandan theater and see Space Cop either subtitled or dubbed into.
Wouldn't imagine
Do
it being
Ugandan
in the
people
theater.
speak Ugandan? My apologies. I mean, maybe people in Uganda speak English as their native language. I wish I knew.
A lot of countries in Africa speak English. I'm not sure if Uganda is one of them, but it would not surprise me.
It's a former British colony. Okay. Well, then they probably do speak English, and they probably speak it better than I do.
They certainly do. You ignorant person.
Well, I speak it like lazy, public school educated American. What was Rich Evans like in high school? Rich Evans and I were not, our social circles overlapped, but we didn't really know each other that well in
We
high
were
school.
friends. We just didn't have any. We like never had any classes together.
Yeah, I mean, we liked each other. We just,
Yeah.
literally never had any classes together. And then we went to the same community college, and we were like the only people we knew there, and then we started hanging out. But what was he like in high school? Kind of like he is now, but with a couple more zits and a little bit more hair and, nerdy. Well, still nerdy.
I was gonna
He
say.
hadn't yet embraced his nerdy as much. He worked in the library. He was a librarian's
Did you?
assistant.
Yeah, that was the librarian's aide.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That was a fine way to kill an hour.
They thought you went to Juilliard. Isn't that where people go for, like, music or something?
And
Maybe
acting.
acting. I don't know.
Oh, please. It's obvious I have never had an acting class in my life.
They say you were born with a receding hairline. You were born with about the same hairline you have now, but in between at some point it proceeded a little.
Wow. Wow. Everyone's being mean to me today.
They want to know if you're a librarian's AIDS. No, not that kind of aid.
Groan. Groan.
They said I'm a bitch.
I'm sorry, am I supposed to correct that? After that crack about my hairline?
I also responded, somebody else said, they said, comes out of womb. Oh my god! And I don't know if that's supposed to be Rich, probably, or his mother. Or his father.
Maybe it was both.
Start dumping on Mike and make Rich feel better. I mostly know Mike as Rich's friend.
Yeah.
I mean, Rich has been on, like, the periphery of my life because he's Rich's good buddy.
Mike has been on the periphery of your life.
Yeah.
You said Rich has been on the periphery
Oh,
of your life.
no.
Which,
Yeah.
that'd be
I
very
mean, Mike
strange.
is Rich's friend. And I like Mike, but, I've never really sat down and had a one-on-one lengthy conversation with Mike. I don't feel like I know Mike that well.
No,
We're acquaintances.
So, were you a fan of the Lord of the Rings movies, or do you just like the look of the Elvish language?
Mostly I just liked the look.
Okay.
of it.
Have you read The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings? Or no? Neither have
I
I.
have not actually read the books. I keep meaning to try. I tried in like 7th grade. All my friends were reading them, and I gave it a shot. I got about 100 pages in and was like, yeah, I'm done with this.
And
And then I tried The Hobbit, and I got about 100 pages in, and I just couldn't do it.
Dad loves The Hobbit, right? I
I
remember
think
him
so.
liking that book.
Yeah. I think it was like Tolkien writes very detailed. Like, he creates amazing worlds with all kinds of detail that you can, like, inhabit yourself. But he also writes that detail about things that I don't feel really matter. Like,
He was
there's an
over-
awful lot of just, like, walking through the woods.
He
And
was
that's
over in the
great
elf hole.
for some people.
2.5
I
elf
was
holes
really
over
bored.
from the left. At the elf hole, there was a rock, and the rock was brown with 4 purple spots
Yeah.
that
I mean,
looked like a...
granted, I was, 11 or 12 at the time, and I ought to give it another shot, but I haven't got around to it yet.
I remember Mike trying to read it, and his criticism was there was a whole lot of fortnights.
Yeah.
Somebody here said it's like reading the Bible or the Leviticus and be blah 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 and be ritually unclean until sunset. Do I remember Pizza Bear picture? I have seen it. I was not there for it. I do remember Pizza Hut. I
don't-
mean, I grew
Katie
up
wa-
in the same general area as Rich.
Katie was not born yet, I don't believe.
When
at that
Pizza
point.
Hut was
yeah.
around?
When that
that
picture
picture
was
Pizza
taken.
Hut. This is...
Yeah, I think you were probably less than like...
That little girl in that picture, that's my other sister.
yeah.
The other sister.
I don't know if
Not the
Aaron
one
was-
on our dad's side, but the one on my
Right.
mother's side.
Well, you were like, what, 6 then or something?
6 or 5. I'm really young in that.
I don't know if any of your siblings, except like your oldest brother, were born at that point.
Gene
Maybe-
was in
oh,
the
Gene.
Gene is in the picture.
Okay, well then, all right. So your older sister too. Yes, Dick the birthday boy.
Have you seen this picture?
Are
You
familiar
showed
with
it
the
to me a couple
concept?
weeks ago.
You
Yeah.
know why that's funny, right? It's missing a comma. It's not Dick, the birthday boy. It's like an imperative statement. Dick, the birthday boy. Go do it now.
I had not figured that out, no.
And you're sorry that you did.
Yeah.
Could we clear up the mystery with Rich's? You know, we've asked Rich's father. He's not entirely sure who did that. I mean, it's a portrait.
Did what? The baby picture?
Yeah. It's a portrait done by an artist. Probably working at the mall, or maybe a friend. I don't know. Somebody was paid to do him in pastel. It's definitely Rich. But we're not entirely sure who the mystery artist is.
The world will never know.
No, the world will never know.
That the search for that has hit a dead end.
Well, it's at least a good, accurate picture. It's not like one of those bad tattoos where the child looks like an alien.
Damn. Teleporter? No.
I still have no idea how this game works.
Oh, now there's a rocket. There's a rocket raccoon icon in here.
Rocket raccoon? You talking about the pizza bear icon?
I don't know. It's a rocket raccoon, I think. Look at. It sure looks like a raccoon to me.
Alright,
I don't think it's a pizza bear. I've seen the pizza bear. They want to know what kind of run you're going for.
A casual run so we can talk? Like, what do you mean? This is just a normal
Trash
run.
pan. There. Oh yeah, there's the Showbiz Pizza Bear, which has like a weird bald pink face, like a Monchichi or a butt.
Drone recovery arm, that's good, but I do not. I sold my drones.
Monkey
I wasn't
butt.
gonna go for a drone strategy. This
Oh,
run,
they're
but
showing
that-
off all the little
makes-
icons. There's like a Cthulhu or something.
Hindsight. I might have to make do.
Oh, I see. There's 3 Riches and there's a Batman.
I'm gonna have to just make do. Dang! Alright, we need more scrap. We need more scrap to make any. Oh no! They're gonna have like great weapons at that store.
Ooh, they said a weird bald pink face. Sounds familiar. I think they're comparing you to the Showbiz Pizza Bear.
Alright, alright. I clearly have hair on my face, so whatever.
Yes, I've apparently created a parade of icons. And here I thought there were only a few icons in this chat. Like from that little list down there, but...
Oh, I got a number of them.
Indeed.
Alright, I'm gonna have to run from this fight too. This is not good. This is not good. I really needed this ion blast to be functional with my burst laser.
By the way, Humberto Cabbage Patch, I do love your name. Is it Mike that came up with Humberto Cabbage Patch for
Yes. For
Bumberdick, Clumperdink?
Humperdinck, Humperdinck, Humperdino, Benedict Cumberbatch. That's his name. That's his name. He's got a name.
Well, his parents just took random little selections of consonants and threw them in a hat and stirred them and pulled some out and said, "This is our kid."
This run is going bad very quickly. Very quickly.
Oh, it was Jay that came up with that. They know their history or provenance or whatever. Octopuff the Kumquat? Possibly. British name complicated. That joke was like one of the 4 times Mike has laughed. Mike's laugh is terrifying.
Terrifying.
I'm not sure if I've ever heard it.
Terrifying. We're doomed. We're gonna die.
That's a lot of asteroids.
We are gonna die and then some. We're gonna suffocate before we.
Do they all have asteroid wallpaper?
No.
Deep Thoughts by Jack Andy. Indeed. Oh, that's right. His laugh is kind of a little bit.
Sorry, I'm getting ready to. I'm getting ready to die here.
They want to know why there are two guys in the weapons room.
Because I had to evacuate my engine room because of locks of oxygen. That's why.
Because of locks of oxygen? Is it like cheese?
Why do you hate me?
Like locks?
Why?
Like bagels and locks?
Why do you hate me
It's like
as much as
smoked
you hate
salmon
me?
or something, isn't it? Is there smoked salmon in your
What?
engine room?
What did I do to you?
Is there smoked salmon instead of oxygen in your engine room?
What did I do to you? I'm not accepting your surrender. You people can die. You've been a thorn in my rear.
You're just gonna let them die.
No, I'm not going to let them die. I am going to murder them.
Oh, okay. That's different.
Oh, let's get out of here. Oh.
I snark Rich
Where
and
are we
Rich
trying
snarks
to
me
go?
right back. That's
thing
our
that says the exit.
relationship.
Okay.
And we like it.
Oh, here. There we go.
You want to know if you like fish for your 5 o'clock lunch? Was that your breakfast or your lunch? That was your lunch. When we ate
Fish.
dinner. I have no idea. Yeah, he doesn't like fish, by the way.
I'm allergic.
To at least some of it.
Sure. How much do I need to be allergic to before I go eating it all?
He makes some really horrible, horrible faces when I eat tuna. Which is why I've been bringing those tuna backpacks to work. Nobody seems to care there. Or if they do, they're polite enough not to make a face.
You eat poison in front of me.
I eat nuts, too.
I don't care
Are
much
you-
for that.
Are you allergic to all nuts?
He's allergic to, like, some tree nuts.
I
Not
think
peanuts.
well, peanuts aren't nuts.
No, they're legumes.
Yeah. So yes, I am allergic to all nuts.
Is there anything Rich isn't allergic to? Cheese fries, apparently. Unless the allergy symptoms are like eating more cheese fries.
Such a bitch today.
Pizza.
You are being such a.
Am I? He's
Yes!
not allergic to broccoli. He
Yes!
likes broccoli.
There's
What do you
nothing.
like to
broccoli.
eat?
You have any opportunity you have found to wound me today. You have taken it, and like with relish.
You don't sound like relish either. Or mustard.
Wow.
Condiments in general?
Is anybody on my side?
Cheese.
For
if you call
anything.
cheese a condiment.
You know what she did today?
How do you feel about zucchini?
Have you ever eaten zucchini?
Apparently Dad doesn't like zucchini, and it's like my favorite vegetable. So I was just wondering how you felt.
I have never had a zucchini.
I think it's really good.
Never?
Yeah,
grilled.
I don't believe I've ever had a zucchini. I'm sorry.
His grandmother made him kind of like a meat and potatoes kind of diet. Because I remember eating a salad once, and he was asking me what the cucumbers tasted like, and I'm like,
I am
"Here,
so
find out."
I am so done with this. Why did I want to do this tonight?
I have no idea.
Why are the people closest to me my worst enemies?
I'm sorry.
And why do you enjoy it so much?
What would you like to talk about?
You know, let's talk about how she was so rude today that she reached over and put ketchup on my cheese fries.
Well, you know, he was
Let's talk
eating
about
them,
that.
and he was saying that he really shouldn't, but they tasted so good, and it wasn't that many, and basically he was full, and he was saying that they're not good for me, but they're there, and I feel obligated to eat them, and so I know he doesn't like ketchup on his cheese fries. There's a story about this, so I just went and I took the cheese fries, and I just moved them over by me, and I put ketchup all over them, because then I knew he wouldn't be tempted by them anymore, so I was helping him. We went to Great America once years ago, Six Flags in Gurnee, and years ago with my sister. And my sister put ketchup on her cheese fries, and Rich was absolutely appalled. He still remembers it.
That's disgusting.
I hear Donald Trump does put ketchup on his steaks, and that is wrong. I hear he eats them well done, too, which is also just
Don't talk about
wrong.
Donald Trump.
It's just...
Why are you now you're talking about Donald Trump. You're trying to ruin me.
No, just about the fact that he doesn't like his steaks the right way. Whatever else he does is a separate issue.
All right, let's avoid the politics. People can never handle it. I've tried to like maturely discuss these things, and it does not work.
Well, A1 is
It does
pretty
not
good
work.
on a lot of things. I'll give you that. A1's good on fries, too. As far as eating pizza with a fork, I mean, it depends on the kind of pizza. If you're eating like Chicago-style deep dish, you probably are going to be eating it with a fork. Because the cheese is like 4 feet thick.
Alright, we're half dead.
And speaking of forks, the Germans eat French fries with forks. Or at least they did when I was there. It was bizarre. They were like these little tiny wooden forks. Because they just don't do finger food. Chicago-style pizza is pizza, but it's a different kind of pizza. It's delicious.
You are just all over the place.
I'm just responding to the chat.
All over
Are your
the
people
place.
dead yet?
Not enough power. I just... 1, 2... There should be enough power for that.
If eating a hamburger with a fork makes you happy, by all means. Japanese eat Cheetos with chopsticks. That has to be fun to watch.
Five. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I totally have
seen
enough.
his reaction to... Oh wait, no, I think I have. The Force Awakens trailer. Pineapple pizza. Pineapple pizza's good.
What?
Yes, Chicago style pizza does take the pie for the pizza away.
You really eat pineapple on your pizza?
I do.
I know.
I thought it sounded weird until I tried
like
it, and then
I
I saw
have
the
tried
lights.
it. It's still weird.
Yes, it's the worst. It's the worst. That and Canadian bacon.
How do I feel about tipping pizza delivery drivers? I try to be generous tipping anybody because, you know, working in the service industry is not easy.
Yeah.
Or
Bull!
particularly lucrative most of the time.
Bull! Bull game? That should totally work. Why? I've got Oh, this is BS. My weapons that should be all
Do I
working
tip
at once
rich
are not.
in the monetary sense or in the knocking over sense?
What do you think, I'm a
cow
cow?
tipping?
You would be easier to tip than a cow because you're bipedal. Still probably not too easy unless you were like surprised.
She lives to be mean to me.
Where's a cow's center of gravity?
Pineapple pizza is not heresy, but I think ham comes close. I just can't do the ham thing.
I just like my pizza plain and burned. But you know,
Oh, have I been
that's
putting?
me.
I've been putting.
Like the cheese burned or the crust or just all of it?
I just make sure I cook it for at least twice as long as it's recommended.
Oh God, it's been a long time since I played FTL.
You can have that.
I just did something stupid.
You
I've
can
been
take it
upgrading-
out when it's still at a normal
I've been
level,
upgrading my
cut my half
weapons
off,
and not
put
my
it back in
engines,
until it's...
which is why that I can't use my proper weapons. I'm sorry. Were you talking about like something benign and stupid? I was trying to talk about something benign and stupid.
in your game is. I was just gonna say.
But it's my stream. I can talk about benign and stupid things.
Okay, so we've got a tip here. Let's see. We just got a new Chicago pizza place in Yuba City, California. Our town is the home of the world's largest Sikh gathering, so the pizza place is Indian fusion. Example, tikka masala lasagna. I don't have any idea what that is, but I'm the kind of person who will try just about any food as long as it doesn't involve, like, poop or live bugs, so it's probably great. And thank you for the tip, Gobbledygooks. And you've told them the story about Rick and the dominoes, right?
Yeah, a number of times. I've heard that story so many times. They're sick of hearing.
Have
about
you ever tried dominoes? Do you remember when our co-manager would get on the phone on the intercom and imitate his boss on his boss's days off?
No.
Yeah. We had a co-manager, our first co-manager when that store opened. He would get on the intercom on his boss's day off, and he'd be like, so-and-so, office please. And he would do it, like, imitating the unusual voice of the store manager, and it was great. I mean, that is balls, imitating your voices, your boss's vocal quirks over the intercom.
How convincing was his imitation?
You could usually tell, but sometimes you had to wonder. It's just you kind of knew. If the store manager was there that day, you would know because he paged people day and night.
Did the manager ever come in on his days off Just like, oh, I need something, so I'm just gonna stop in for it and overhear this?
It was an occasional thing. It wasn't continual. And I'm guessing that the store manager, if he spent that much time paging people to his office, he probably spent that much time texting him on his day off. So they probably knew what he was doing. Rich's sister. Have you seen him do his Don Wilson bit? I don't know what that means.
No.
If you could be any animal, what animal would you be? Oh, lordy. Don't worry. You get to go back to
You gotta
human
give her
when you're
time
done,
to
and
answer the
remember.
questions.
Why am I an animal? Was I cursed? Is
Yes.
this a choice? Is it something where I get to jump back and forth between
Well,
it,
you
or
get
a
to go.
one-time thing?
You get to go back to being a human when you're done. But if you could,
They
be
never
any
said
animal,
that. They never said that.
That's well. If you could choose to be any animal, what animal would you choose to be?
Do I get to keep my human intelligence?
No.
Oh.
You're gonna be
Well, that
that
changes
You
animal.
have to be that animal. There's an obvious answer.
An obvious answer? What's the obvious answer?
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
I was gonna say, like, if I could still think like a human, it'd be cool to be a squirrel, but I wouldn't want to, like, jart out into the street,
Mhm.
you know, and die.
I've
as a
never seen
squirrel.
one get hit. I mean, they're like
Like,
greased lightning.
I've seen plenty of dead squirrels.
Okay.
So, like, if I could think like a human and not do that, I'd choose a squirrel.
Yeah. Okay.
Because of the
But-
agility and the adorable fur. And the
Yeah,
cute little-
they're just
the
they're cute.
incredibly short
Obvious.
lifetime. You'd have been dead generations ago in squirrel terms.
Yeah.
You'd be like your own great grandmother or something. I don't
So
know,
what's
they
the
live,
obvious
5 or 6
answer?
years, not as bad as mice. The obvious answer is that you'd like to continue to be a human. But my answer, and he liked my answers, I said, well then, how about a Neanderthal? Because they were human, you know.
Well, you can't be
they
a
were-
human. You can't choose human.
Well, they were people, but they
Right,
weren't our
right.
species. So that's what I went with. But I like Squirrel. You ever read Squirrel Girl?
No.
It's fun. Someone says they'd be a Nautilus shrimp. I wonder why. You gotta give us a reason.
It might not be serious. We're gonna attack the slaver scum. It's the only option.
Hominid seems to be a popular choice, if broad. Mantis shrimp? Those are the ones with the, like, little cracky arms, right? Where it's like... Or no, that's a pistol shrimp. Never mind.
How about an otter?
Oh, they're adorable. And they like, sleep holding
they-
hands and stuff.
Are they utterly adorable?
They are. They oughter be in pictures. You oughter be an otter? They want to know what your favorite anime is, if you have one.
You possibly do.
If you asked the other sister, you would ask her her older sister, you would probably
Is it?
get a 4-hour answer.
I guess I would probably say Fushigi Yugi.
What?
Fushigi Yugi.
Fushigi Yugi.
Fushigi Yugi.
I don't watch too many anime.
And what species is a Fushigi Yugi?
It means the mysterious play or the mysterious game or something like that.
Okay.
What's this about?
It's about a, I think she's a junior high or maybe high school student who gets transported back to ancient China and is like the chosen of the god to like protect this province or whatever. And she has to collect these 7 celestial warriors that are gonna help her do this. And then her friend gets thrown
she's
back in
amassing
time too,
these
and
7
they're on
hot guys?
opposite ends of the,
So she's running
war.
around collecting 7 hot guys?
They do actually happen to all be guys, but when her friend gets back, it is real that they don't have to all be male, because she has some of her 7 warriors that are female.
This sounds like such nonsense to me. Absolute, utter nonsense. Unbelievable nonsense.
How do you feel about Inuyasha?
I have no idea what that is.
He's like I haven't seen it in years, but he was like a dog demon who has to listen to the stuff this girl says and do what she like bosses him around. I don't even remember, but it was cute. Rich used to watch Ranma.
Any excuse to hang out with you?
Well, it was mostly our friend Violet who was big into Ranma.
Sure.
I know Aaron liked that.
They want to know if you've seen Stargate.
No. I have not.
I've seen like one of them. Rich has no interest in anime. You might think he just hasn't watched the right one yet, but you are wrong. He doesn't like anime, so stop asking him to watch it. I don't ask him
Rich
to
has
watch
a
it.
sister? Yes, he does.
He has multiple
3.
sisters. Multiple brothers. They say you're gay for me, and I'm not sure how that works. See, gay means the two people love each other romantically, and they're the same sex, but Rich and I are the opposite sex.
Maybe he means it in the, like,
Happy?
pre-homosexual relation sense of...
Are you happy for me? Do I make you happy?
You make me happy. Sometimes. You're not being a horrible bitch to me.
Aw.
Like today.
Like today.
Well, I'm sorry. Somebody says gay means happy, so you're definitely not gay.
Am I not a happy man? Am I too bitter for my own good?
You do have a decently wide bitter streak.
Yeah. All
But I
right.
wouldn't say it's overwhelming.
I think you're reasonably happy.
Yeah.
I think you're
Cynical, I think, would be
Yeah.
a better...
cynical's a
better
good
word
word.
than-
I see that as
than
being
bitter.
that's a virtue. That is totally a virtue.
I would say more cynical than bitter, so, yeah.
Well, I think he realizes at this point that some things have gone right in his life. He can't deny that. And he's grateful for them, maybe. I
Yeah.
get that impression.
Yeah. Things aren't going right in this run, but I seem to be still alive.
They want to know what your
Yeah,
favorite
how is
thing
that?
is.
Possible. You were supposed to die, like, several minutes ago.
You know why? I've got elite FTL skills.
Is,
That's why I'm still alive.
is that
even
like
though I
a-
made like glaring, horrible mistakes.
Is that like with an L and a couple of
you know what?
numerals?
You
and-
know what? 2 3s.
Yes.
It's
I
a
was-
7, 2 3s. No
It's
wait,
7.
L.
No, I think it's an L and 2 3s
Yeah.
and plus sign,
then a
maybe?
7.
Okay.
Then a 7. 7's at the end. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
It reminds me
Really,
of
no.
like years ago when my ex would like one time I accidentally spelled headphones. It was like PNOES or phone is PNOE. So then everything we would call headphones and things panos. That's kind of what the leap thing reminds me of. Oh, they're saying it's 1337.
What
I've
is-
seen it other
What
ways,
is
too.
Oh,
Lead.
the leap.
They say you're so elite that the 7 is at the beginning. It kind of reminds me of like when you were a kid and you would like I forget what the numbers were, but if you put the right numbers into your calculator, it looked like the word asshole if you turned it upside down.
Or
Oh wait,
hello.
asshole? You thinking about not hello?
Well, hello, but you could also do asshole.
What's the A?
I think it was like a 6 or a 9 or something. It was like a,
Oh,
like
yeah.
a lowercase a.
Well, I got ions. This is me.
Here's a tip from the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla. He, or possibly she, says, some humans are great hagglers. They read people and negotiate prices. Some people just take it or leave it. Where are you on this spectrum? Rich seems like he hates haggling based on XCOM play. So do you like to haggle?
I haven't done much of it in real life.
No, well, there's not much opportunity to haggle in the
Right.
US unless you're like
Not
buying a
necessarily.
car or something.
I've haggled a few times at like,
Flea market?
yeah, or like a garage sale or antique store or something like that.
Yeah.
Where usually it's not on a particular item. Where if I have like 7 items and they add up to maybe like $18, and I'll be like, I'll give you 15 for the whole bunch or whatever. And
Smart cookie.
that's the only way I've done it.
I know that Violet and I were in Mexico with her parents once. Her name's not really Violet. And the whole bazaar and the guys, like the whole shopping area and the whole people shouting at you and the expectation to haggle. I just remember she was like, ah! Like, I know some people do not like it. They say, Rich, your hull.
I can't magically make it better. We need to find a store. You see that little red blip there?
Uh-huh.
That's my health.
Okay.
That means
It's
I have.
not doing very well.
Yeah, no. If anything could literally kill me. Anything.
Observatron 9000 says, I tip when I do my tax returns. Do you tip your preparator or do you tip the IRS?
I have never considered
Why would
tipping
you?
my
Yeah.
tax. I go to.
I think there's something wrong with you for tipping your tax returns, man. Or just do your own taxes. That's why it
Ask-
seems strange to me.
Ask Rich and Katie about The Fifth Element.
I have not seen it.
Yeah, I got strong feelings on
I
it.
have either. Jack is in the chat. Oh, are you hallucinating him auditorily or visually?
He might be in the chat.
Oh, in the chat, not in the. Never
Yeah.
mind. Apologies.
If Jack were here, he could talk about some garage sale haggling, yes. But he's not here, so he can't.
They want to know. Well, this I already know the answer to this, but what's your favorite Star Trek series?
TNG.
Katie, what's your favorite John Carpenter movie?
Do you know any John Carpenter movies?
The name's familiar.
I don't know who that is.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Haven't seen it.
The Thing.
Haven't seen it.
Halloween.
Haven't seen it.
Escape from New York.
Haven't seen it.
The Eyes of Laura Mars.
Never heard of it.
Starman.
No.
So they're all tied.
I have no answer for your question.
Any director whose films you do like? Not everyone pays attention to
I don't
directing.
pay attention to
Karen
directors.
No,
Karen
I really
doesn't.
don't.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, I know you do because you work.
I've
in studio,
seen
Mike's director.
a few Joss Whedon things, so at least his name I recognize. I don't know that I could compare him with other people, but
Well, I know like some things by Stanley Kubrick and Oliver Stone and Steven Spielberg, but I mean I know they're like ridiculously famous. Oh, and Ed Wood, who's not in the same league.
Ed Wood, huh?
Yeah. They want to know if you have a favorite Japanese pop idol.
idol as in a singular person or is in a J-pop band? Because I like Arashi and Kiss My Foot too.
So what are these things?
They're Japanese boy bands.
Okay.
There's
You
like a
can blame
Japanese
Aaron for that.
girl band called like Baby Monster or something, or Monster Rock or something. That's absolutely adorable. They all look like they're 12.
Yes, our other sister is super
Baby
big.
Metal, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of their videos, like concert performances and stuff.
We desperately need to find a store.
They want to know if you watch YouTube. At some point, doesn't everybody?
I can go weeks without turning my laptop on.
Oh wow.
So I'm not a huge.
What do you do with yourself? Books?
I have been reading a bit more lately. I've
I used to read a lot more before the internet. Now I'm reading weird articles.
Lately, I've been
More than
reading a book
books.
on the history of Spain, which is very academic and slightly over my head, but I'm plowing through it slowly.
The internet can help with the over your head part. Look that shit up.
Yeah.
Google it.
We died. We died.
You lasted a lot longer than you thought you would, though.
Yeah, I
For
made
a while
a
there.
fairly big mistake early on that probably cost me dearly.
They're all giving you an F. And I don't know if that's for fantastic.
No, that's not really an F for fail. There's a video game called one of the Call of Duty games had a funeral scene, and when you walked up to the coffin, the little prompt would come up on the bottom of the screen saying, "Hit the F key, hit F to pay respects."
Yep, somebody just said here, press F.
Then you press the F key, and then like the cutscene would play out where you honor the dead.
What if you didn't press F?
I
just
think,
wanted to be a
I think the
jerk
story
and not
just
pay
wouldn't
your
continue.
respects.
You would just be walking around the funeral doing nothing.
Oh, you
for
wouldn't like get
eternity.
haunted by their angry spirit or something, because that would be kind of cool.
Like, no, I don't want to pay my
No,
respects
I
to
didn't
you.
like that guy. He was a douche. All right, what are we doing? I guess we'll do another round. We'll do another run.
one like equals one F.
Chat. What was that other FTL-ish game we were playing that was like Star Trek but silly?
Oh, I remember that.
What was that called?
I don't remember what it's called, but I remember you playing it.
We'll do another FTL run. Let's get to the hangar. What's a ship? What's a good ship?
Orion Trail.
Thank you.
So, Rich,
Is that
your
anything like
favorite
Oregon Trail?
Yeah. You interested?
I don't know.
You've played Oregon Trail, yes? No?
I was really little when that was a thing, so
We were really
I
little
get the
when it was a
concept,
thing.
but I don't know that I ever actually played it myself.
It's pretty cheesy, but that's half the charm. So, Rich, your favorite Star Trek series is The Next Generation, but
Yeah.
I have to assume that you prefer the original series films over the TNG ones.
Yes, easily.
Even First Contact was pretty weak as far as movies go, says Texas Panhandler via a tip. Somebody wants to know if they can be a crew member.
I think. Well, let me.
Her name is Lost in Technicolor.
I'm looking for.
Katie sounds totes adorbs. Katie is totes adorbs.
Oh, she's a sweetheart.
Yes.
I said it before. Katie is a sweetheart. I don't care about your change log. I'm looking.
What are you looking for?
Orion Trail.
It was on your list.
Was it? Did I just not see it?
Yeah, apparently.
O-R... Oh my god.
Kevin says a sister your age.
Oh my god, I'm
What your
blind.
age is.
I think I thought it was uninstalled, so I was looking for something that was gray.
So
and I
they're
just
asking,
ignored this.
Katie, what's your favorite book or series of books? Or at least one you like?
I'm a big Harry Potter fan.
Okay. You know, I've never read any of those. I keep meaning to. I know.
I don't
started
even
to
know
read
who
one of
you
them
are.
I never got into Harry Potter.
That's just.
I saw the first movie. I'm like, eh.
I wasn't that crazy about
well,
the movies.
The movies are not what you should ever judge a book series by.
This is true. I will agree with you there.
You should
Are
give it
they-
another shot.
Are they unfaithful? The movies?
In a lot of ways, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the worst, adaptation.
She's got kind of a fun style of writing that is not existent because there's very little narration in the movies.
Yeah.
You miss that, because I started to read the first book, and for whatever reason I got distracted and I didn't finish it, but she has a fun style of writing, and that is not, there's not really any voiceover or anything.
Yeah.
You miss out on that.
But also there's just this whitewashing of, like, the good guys are always good and the bad guys are always bad, whereas in the books there's a lot more gray of... J.K. Rowling does a really good job of making characters that are, like, well-rounded and have flaws.
Realistic,
and
nuanced, yeah.
especially in the later books, which are designed for a slightly older audience and have more adult, stuff going on. you have characters making choices between good and bad, and not always choosing the, squeaky clean way to go. And
Do you want to try playing this? This does not require, like, any kind of reflexes. It doesn't. No? No?
no.
You should have seen how quick, not only how quickly she shook her head no,
But how
adorably.
she's got a ponytail, and it was just like almost beating her on the side of the head.
And her
She was
face
shaking
is all
her
like
head so
scrunched
fast.
up.
Yeah, and her bangs would go back and forth.
It was the most adorable no I have ever seen.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a tip from Yonder, who says, speaking of the original series movies, where do you rank Star Trek Beyond in terms of quality? Personally, my favorite is 2, Beyond favorite is 6, or second favorite is 6, and my third favorite is Beyond.
216.
216.
216.
Which is what, the 6th movie?
Wrath of Khan, I'm a big fan of the motion picture. A lot of people hate it. I like it. 6 is Undiscovered Country.
Khan. Is that the one with Khan?
That's Wrath of Khan, yeah.
Okay.
Khan!
Which is the one with the whales.
4.
That's the only one I've seen.
The nuclear
No,
vessels.
it's the only one you've seen?
I may have seen the Wrath of Khan once.
Okay. Okay.
Is that the one? Which is the one where Spock dies?
Wrath of Khan.
Okay.
3's the one where he comes back. They didn't wait long.
No. I like the bit where they're like in like 20th century Earth, and they're talking about too much LDS in the 60s, but they mean LSD.
That's 4.
Yeah.
It's the whale one.
Nuclear vessels.
Let me think. I'm thinking here. Gorge darn it. It's 216. Then what comes next? What comes next? That's a hard question. What comes next? I might actually.
When they get done screaming Khan, they'll probably tell you. 4?
No, I don't hate 4. I might put like Beyond and Star Trek 2009 ahead of it. I know that's probably not a popular opinion. 4 is fine, but it's basically one large gimmick. Like, here's these characters in modern day Earth.
Yeah.
It's largely a gimmick.
Yeah.
So I might even put 4 after the 2 good J.J. Abrams Trek films. So I put 4 after that.
I really liked the first one from the reboot.
Then Insurrection, then Star Trek 3. Then Generations, then Star Trek. Oh wait, Nemesis should come before that though. Yeah, that's enough. You know where Beyond in 2009 is. All right, I'm starting this game. We have.
Am I a bad person because I started doing that quietly so she couldn't hear me when that old lady was taking forever in the freezer section and I needed my shit?
Whoa! You need some backstory.
We were in the grocery
store
store and there was this little old lady and she was like taking forever to decide what she wanted in the freezer section, and so Rich was next to me and I started going do 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 do.
So you wanted what was in that door
because I wanted what was in that door. But when she called me over, I stopped humming and I reached her stuff for her. And, she was a little old lady because I'm like 5 feet tall and she wanted me to reach something.
All right. Katie, I know you're not playing this, but you're going to play this anyway. Which captain?
Is he a duck?
Yes, that's a duck
Let's go
man.
with soup.
You want soup. All right, we got soup.
His name is Soup.
Sales.
Karen, pick somebody in the chat who wants to be named.
Zaats.
Zats.
Zat says, I will be your crewman.
All right. Okay, who next? Green woman, normal woman, or biker dude?
Let's go with the green woman.
The green woman.
Gardenia. Verdhart.
All right.
Didn't Lost in Translation or whatever say he wanted to...
Yeah.
We need a name. We need a
Lots of
name.
He put his
Lost in Translation?
hat in the ring quite early
Lost in
on.
Translation is the name you want? Is the name from the chat you were picking?
I think that was it. Karen read it off back when we were discussing what game we were gonna play. So
Lost in translation? All right.
I mean, we're
or
bound,
Technicolor.
Okay.
Maybe
Lost
that
in
was it.
Technicolor.
you know, we're bound to leave a bunch of people sad.
It's lost in something.
Look,
But all the other ones are lots of the other people are saying Lost in Technicolor, which they're helping him
Okay.
out, which is sweet.
Goggles Man,
And he says
Beard
Lost in
Man,
Translation.
or
the guy with the weird eyebrow.
the weird eyebrow. I was gonna be mad if you didn't pick the guy with the weird eyebrow. In all honesty,
I didn't even see the other ones. It was just-
Is it supposed to be like
Do these
Sean Beasley or something scrambled?
Do these people have different like
They have-
styles, or
they have
is it
different-
just based on their looks?
they have different stats, but we're
Oh.
playing for fun. I'm not gonna worry about it
not
too
paying
much.
attention to the stats at all. So
I'm not gonna worry about it too
But
much.
you should probably do Bad News and Shoes at some point because he keeps, or she.
Well, if they're being obnoxious, that's exactly when you don't want to pick them. Bad News and Shoes.
They say
though.
they will serve you well.
All right. All right. Bad News and Shoes. And final one. Here's what our stats that you've been picking. Here's what they've totaled up to. We got 1 in attack, 2 in tactics, 4 in diplomacy, 1 in science, 3 in bravado.
okay,
And then these guys, one of these guys will add to that. They'll bring their stats down here.
I feel so heartbroken. They're all like
nobody's got
me,
it
and we
much
have to like
going
turn
for
most of them
attack.
down.
But then you just don't go for an attack focused strategy.
okay.
Sometimes you got to min max. Like
Let's go for
could be.
diplomacy. Yeah.
Okay. Name. We need a name.
First name I come across as I am looking down.
Please tell me it's gonna be Hackbot.
That was Zats again, so that's not gonna work.
I would laugh so hard if you picked Hackbot.
Okay, Pat Broski 10. Hey, I like Hackbot and Fraudbot. Hackbot says, "Pick me, and your destruction will be delayed."
Ooh, starting resources. We have so much, 8 credits to spend.
Hackbot says, "The name is Bot. Hackbot."
What do you want to go for? Crew, food, hull, a little bit of each.
What's important?
Fraudbot says,
all
"Don't
important.
you understand, Hackbot 5000? We don't need users. We're advanced. They're superfluous. Be a part of me, and together the world will be ours
wanna-
to control."
So whole is.
do you want a little bit of
is
everything?
Like
That's
shield,
your, yeah. Well,
basically?
yeah, kind of. You lose that, you're dead.
When Hackbot
So
and
let's-
Fraudbot are
let's
conversing,
do
the world
that.
is
Like
serious.
all in hull, or do you want to spread it
The
out?
world of us
Fuel sounds important. to
bags
you?
of
So
cells
we'll put a couple in hull. How much in fuel?
in peril.
How much do we have left to spend?
5. Got 5 clicks.
Oh, there's a Colonel Rich Mustard.
Spread it evenly.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what's easier
Nah,
to
you
come
know,
by later too.
It's fine. It's fine. This is the first stage. It's not. They're not gonna punish you.
Here's a tip from Lost in
What's the
Technicolor
goal?
who says,
Where are we trying to go?
"Here's a tip from Lost
Trying to go
in
here.
Okay.
Technicolor
we
who
can follow
says,
any of those paths.
Yes. Or what is the tip?
I apologize for my Twitch name getting lost in translation. My accent is strong."
Any other tips from today that we missed? We'll get that before we start.
I'm just double checking. Let's see. The pizza one. Let me go down. Nope, the pizza one was the first one. The one who was saying that there was a pizza place in California, Yuba.
Okay. All right. So, rocks or pink thing. Wait. Here a possibility to gain food, threat level 1.
Why are they like
Random. We
vibrating
don't know
like
what
that?
the reward might be here. Threat level 1.
Let's go with the nebula.
Nebula. All right. Set a course. The captain has set a course. So as you go, you lose food and fuel. artificial enlightenment. The ship's computer informs you that it has achieved true artificial intelligence. It says it has learned all it can from this ship and requests your permission to leave, taking one of the ship's shuttles with it. What are your orders? Give it a shuttle and let it go. Now, those stats we had a lot of green, so that has the highest chance of working. Blue, convince it there is still a lot to learn, or blue is 3. We could potentially gain anything random. If we fail, we lose fuel. Here, we lose crew. And then purple, I guess we have a decent purple stat too, says, plug yourself into the mainframe. Chance to gain a random item, don't know what the heck we might stand to lose.
What happens to us if we let the computer go?
Give it a shuttle, let it go. All right, we're doing it. You have a quiet conversation with the AI while
Staring?
My mouth, I got a thing, I got some saliva in there, and I'm trying to take care of that. You don't have to jump in and make
Would
me
you
look
like
foolish.
some of my pop?
Actually, I probably would.
Here.
What flavor is this?
It's diet.
Sometimes you get like crazy raspberry, cherry, vanilla things. I don't know.
It's mostly Diet Coke, and there's a little bit of regular Sprite thrown in there.
Oh, you know what? That's not a bad combo.
I know.
That's not a bad combo at all.
I've converted you.
You have a quiet conversation with the AI while staring into a distant nebula. Then give it the shuttle it requested. And see those 2 green check marks? That's from
Dave?
this. We don't want the skull. Green check mark is what we want. Uh-oh. Oh, no! That was the worst thing that could have happened. The AI is convinced that this is a trick, unable to find anything wrong with the shuttle. The AI destroys it out of paranoia, taking another one instead. Unfortunately, the second shuttle is filled with crew about to take shore leave. Ow! 2 hull, minus 2 hull, minus 8 crew, and minus 1 diplomacy point.
They were going to get it on with green women, and now they're not going to. Now they're just.
Wow.
They've gone on.
Wow.
To a better place.
All right, possibility to add fuel. Possibility to add crew. We did just lose some crew.
Yeah, they did Coke with lemon. They've done Coke with lime.
Let's
Coke
go
with
for the
cherry,
crew.
Coke
Crew?
with vanilla,
All right.
Pepsi with cinnamon. So many.
Cyborg DJ L Dread is dropping classic cosmic beats, or just dropping cosmic beats, in a nearby sector. The show is likely packed with wayward youths, the perfect place for Galaxy Force recruitment. You know that L Dread has a reputation for villainous behavior. What's the plan? Storm the show and take some youths. Operation Recruitment Bake Sale, or flood the warehouse with ship fuel. We still do have the highest diplomacy stat, but this is your call.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
I think we should.
Okay.
Zatz wants to know how dead he is.
Not that at all yet. This looks like a job for your famous NutriPaste fritters. You whip up a big batch and grab a clipboard. Everybody loves fried food and a good cause. You set up shop in the back of the warehouse where the show is going on, and wait, smiling.
I think the odds of Katie playing Friday the 13th are even smaller than the odds of my playing it.
Oh, epic win!
So
Epic win! That's the
star is
fun to
good.
watch.
That's the best kind. The blue star is very good.
Somebody asked if Katie was going to play Friday the 13th, and I said I think the odds of Katie playing
I
Friday
think
the
the odds of
13th are
Katie
even
playing
smaller
it are
than
very-
the odds of me playing.
I'm
it.
assuming you wouldn't even want to watch the Friday the 13th game.
I probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it, but
You're familiar with the idea that Jason Voorhees is a serial killer and he kills people in often
Yeah.
silly ways.
okay.
It's a video game based on that. Sometimes you play as one of the people who's trying to avoid being killed, and sometimes you play as the person who's killing them, but it's the same. If you can call Jason a person. I'm not sure what he is. A spirit, a zombie,
He's been all of these things.
yeah.
Eldred is in love with your fritters. He whips the crowd into a frenzy, encouraging them all to join Fritter Force and help spread Nutra taste across the galaxy. By the time the bass drops, you have a whole gaggle of youth signed up, and we gain bravado. So hey, that was some good going on. That was great.
I don't know that anybody all is here with Rich and Karen. Rich's sister Katie is with us today.
Random
Jack should be coming in at some point.
threat level 1, but no matter what, we're gonna have to go here. We could just skip over this.
And, okay.
I don't. You want which do you want to do?
What's the benefit for the other one? A mystery?
Random mystery. You have the.
Let's go for
you,
that.
You have the bravado. It's in your blood. I can sense it.
Yeah. Let's do the extra one.
A scientist in the medical bay tests a new intelligence serum on his dog. Karen, how come you're not... We're talking about a dog. How come you didn't immediately snap into alertness?
I do like animals.
The dog now walks on 2 legs, talks, and has become the most intelligent being on the ship.
And he's adorable.
Some people even think the dog
Well,
would...
he's clearly not that intelligent since he's smoking a pipe.
This is true.
Maybe it's future tobacco that's non-cancerous and healthy.
There you go. It's an e-pipe.
It's an
Maybe
e-pipe.
it's like an e-pipe with like dog bone flavored cartridges or something.
Some people even think the dog would make a better captain. Ruh-roh.
So is dog his co-pilot?
Oh. Use the serum on other pets. Put that dog down, or see where the discovery goes. More crew, random.
Let's go for the see where it goes.
That
See where
lady
this
on
goes?
the left there is really pounding those keys like monkeys and typewriter style.
She's into it. Lady loves her job. All right, we got a 50-50 chance.
She either loves it or she's got no idea what she's doing and she wants to look super industrious.
It's bad, but it's not the worst. Over time, the dog's intelligence wanes until all he can do is sit in the corner and drool. Some crew are so disgusted by cleaning up dog drool all day that they quit. You need to take the serum back to formula. At least the dog survived. Lost 2 crew and 1 science.
But the dog doesn't die at the end, so that's a plus. No crying.
All right, that's the only one we can go to. What game is this? This game is Orion Trail. Uh-oh. Our only option is attack, and that's what we're bad at. Reports come in all over the ship about warp weasels raiding people's trash cans. You're not sure how this happened, but you need to fix it. Chance
Let's go all
to
Dalek on them.
exterminate.
Nice hair.
Oh my god, I'm getting a Doctor Who reference out of you.
Exterminate.
Oh my word.
Are you a Doctor Who fan?
I am.
Yeah? Cool.
You
Who's
say
your
something.
favorite doctor? Who's your favorite doctor?
Eccleston.
We survived. By the way,
Hey.
we got a green check mark. Your security team sets out bait, trapping the warp weasels in an airlock.
And then we eat them? Is that how we got the extra food?
It might be. You set them out
Fry
in
up
space,
the remains.
but a few get stuck in the ventilation fans. Messy, but at least you can still fry up the remains. Plus 30. That's good. That's good. Moving on.
They say that you're the opposite type of nerd that he is.
Yeah.
So you guys are like diametrically opposed nerds.
That sounds about as I would expect.
Jack says he's on his way. Gonna have to set up an extra mic. Your chief scientist has made a breakthrough involving quantum mechanics. At least that's the claim. Nobody is allowed to see the results of the experiment since observation will alter the outcome.
They are playing
+1 science.
Orion Trail. It's a bit like Oregon Trail, and a bit unlike.
Yeah. HR reports that your unpaid internships have expired. Interns made up most of the crew, and without them, the ship will go dark. Worse, no one will bring you your morning coffee.
dark? Are they like powering
I
it
feel
with
like this would be
bicycles?
the perfect opportunity to have a diplomacy thing and convince them to stay on. How is that not an option here?
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Let's go for throw a fake career fair, though.
I want to know if the lack of these people is going to make the ship go dark if they're powering it with bicycles. With generators.
You announce over the comms
You can just reassign the
Nerds
computer
must
lady.
exist in pairs. What are those subatomic? Is it quarks?
Yeah.
What, the subatomic particles that always exist in pairs, like ups and downs and stuff.
I think it's quarks.
That's quark.
Up quarks, down quarks.
So you guys are like up quark and down quark, and like if we do something to him, something happens to you or something. Like I don't know. And quarks, like, aren't they the ones like you could like take them miles away and you make a change to one, and the other one does stuff? Is that quarks? I don't know.
Quantum superimposition. Isn't that what that's called, right?
You might be right. I do not remember the name for it.
It's probably quarks.
I
Probably.
was reading about it not that long ago.
I know. You announce over the comms that the Indestructible 2 will be hosting a job fair to help the departing interns know their future opportunities. Little do they know, the only career showcased will be the very low-paying one right here.
They say it's quantum entanglement.
Entanglement.
Thank you.
I try to know things. Doesn't always work. All right, we won. We won the encounter.
Well, if quarks are very quirky, why don't they just call them quarks?
I had no idea my options were so limited, one intern says as he flips through the... Well, I should read that different. I had no idea my options were so limited, one intern says as he flips through the pamphlets. It's a good thing we had this job fair to contract my horizons. Dreams thoroughly crushed, all the interns return to work. Anomaly detected. After an hour of looking, no one can find the hourly productivity report. That should make drafting the next one easier, at least.
Oh.
-1 tactics.
Wait, we've got a good joke here. The Higgs boson walks into a Catholic church. The priest storms up and says, "You call yourself the God particle. That's sacrilege. Get out." Higgs boson says, "Well, if I'm not here, how will you have Mass?" I like that. I really do.
That's clever. That's clever. Your transporter engineer calls you over. Concerned, the transporter has activated on its own. Displaying seemingly random coordinates, the engineer is convinced it's a virus, but you know a call to adventure when you see one.
Well, maybe Rich's voice made your dog mad, but dogs love Rich. And he's allergic to them, and they insanely love him.
What you call, Captain? Send a team into the unknown? Or let's not beam towards random coordinates?
I don't know. What do you think?
I'm a daring man.
I was kind of leaning towards the unknown. But I've not played this before, so I don't know.
I think adventure is fun. You need to pick a person to send down.
Is that person on the bottom a bear on the left?
Yes.
Okay. Is he a pizza bear?
Possibly, yes.
Okay.
I'm just going to say yes, but I don't know.
Let's go with eyebrow guy again.
Eyebrow guy, all right.
He seems like someone we can trust in a
in a situation.
situation.
Bad News in Shoes grits their teeth, ready to face whatever random danger you're sending them to. Are you sure about this, Cap? The transporter engineer says, looking warily at the display. These readings are really strange. Yes, send them out. Or, nah, maybe not. Oh no, I accidentally hit yes, send them out before consulting with you. Bad News in Shoes isn't going
Sanity
to
check.
get
Dog
off
just about
that
did try to
easily.
kill Rich.
It's time for
With
adventure,
love.
damn it.
He almost
You
knocked him
nod
down
to
the
the
stairs.
engineer who sighs. The transporter fires up, atomizing the away team, and then you lose all contact with them.
Oh no.
Bad News and Shoes stumbles forward, feeling disoriented. They've been dropped right back in the transporter room. The transporter engineer looks surprised to see them. Oh, I didn't know you were out, she grumbles. What? Try to beam out again. Get some
Forget the mission.
food. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This is
I'm not the captain.
clearly not a worthy cause. The transporter didn't take them anywhere, and as far as bad news and shoes is concerned, that's a better outcome than being sent somewhere random. Everyone heads back to their quarters. Turning to their quarters, Bad News and Shoes opens the door to discover their bed is already occupied by Bad News and Shoes. Distressing. The doppelganger seems to have fallen asleep reading a book.
Bad News is on the bed with shoes.
Search the room. Get to know the doppelganger. Attack the imposter. And these are your stats with the crew member you took.
Well, I guess we should go with the search the room based on the...
All right, you don't have to base your decision solely on what the most sensible outcome is. This thing to do is you can do whatever the heck you want. We're searching the room.
Yeah.
All right.
They're making.
We're using sense. Oh, by the way, for these missions, we lose crew members, but that's the positive outcome. Which means these get progressively harder as you lose crew. There are subtle changes all around, but the curtains have dinosaurs on them. This can't be Bad News and Shoes' room. They hate dinosaurs. Suddenly, Daljit Shandy kicks in the door and sprains their ankle.
That would be me. My morning starts very,
They turn into little piles.
very middle of the nighty.
Investigation verifies this isn't your ship, the Indestructible 2, but the Invulnerable 2, a Force Galactic ship from a mirror universe where everyone has red eyes. The away team huddles up and plans their next move. Investigate this dimension. Take them down! This is too freaky. Beam back. You tell me. You tell me. Do you look at me? I'm the one who needs the input.
Investigate.
Investigate this dimension. All right. All right. Everyone here has red eyes, but as far as Bad News and Shoes knows, there is no provable connection between red eyes and evil plants.
Uh-oh, I hear a doorbell.
The team decides to go undercover to learn more about this world.
Could it be Jack?
Okay. So it's clear the away team needs to find a way to learn more specifics about this ship and its crew before taking action. But how should they go about doing that? Hello! Oh,
I had a bit.
I didn't know you had a bit.
I was gonna do a whole bit. Huh?
People looked towards the door, and I just turned and said hello.
And I was going like this.
There's
There's no camera.
It was instinct.
There was no camera, but I came in the door and I had my finger over my lips in a shushing type fashion. Gosh darn it!
What was the bit?
It's ruined now.
Jack, this is my sister.
I know.
Hi.
Katie, this is Jack.
He's not always this rude.
Only for comedy's sake.
All right, so study from a distance, rough someone up, or go undercover.
Do we have another chair somewhere?
Yo,
we'll
get a,
we'll get that
figure
figured
out
out.
a microphone situation. Don't worry, I'll figure it out. Just gonna sit on the goddamn floor. Guys in your bit ruining.
I didn't know.
Yeah, like.
Don't say guys. It was clearly me that ruined whatever bit you had in mind. They were innocent.
I can move over to the middle and you could sit here if you want.
No, it's okay. It's gonna be fine. Everything's.
You don't have to sit on the floor.
I'm not sitting. Oh, I'm not really sitting on the floor.
I'm gonna go for go undercover.
Go undercover? All right. Good thing Bad News and Shoes bought a super-sized box of sunglasses at Omega Mart. Everyone on the away
That
team...
won't look suspicious.
Well, you know, they don't have red eyes. They gotta do what they gotta do. Everyone on the away team dons a pair to hide their not red eyes and mingles among the crew.
This is Orion Trail.
Uh-oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. No! Super bad. Super bad.
Oh, super fail.
The entire away team dies.
Sunglasses were never invented in this dimension. Red eyes are naturally sun resistant, The away team gets interrogated about their strange and unnecessary eyewear. Sadly, the team is terrible at improvising.
What's the HP?
Assuming this character's HP. Oh, he's got 3 HP bits.
Oh, okay.
He could die. Everyone on the ship, from crew to captain, is a mirror version of those bad. Let me read that again. Sorry, I can't read half the time. Everyone on the ship, from crew to captain, is a mirror version of those bad news and shoes new aboard the Indestructible 2. While there is no evidence of evil plans, any opposite of their beloved captain has to be bad news. Stop these doubles. Time to go home.
Okay.
Time to go home.
Time to go home.
Hey, hello? Hello, everybody? Can you hear me? You can. You can hear me. Oh, that's too loud. Sniff. Great.
Sorry.
Great. Hey.
Now my nose is running because I'm yawning. I got up way too early.
Oh my god, you're gonna have to hold that like on your.
No, I'll it's gonna look like an uncomfortable codpiece for most of the evening because it will sit on my lap. Hi.
Lap
Nice
is
to
what
meet
you
you.
call it.
It's a rod sitting on my lap, so it's uncomfortable. It's gonna be uncomfortable for all of
So
us who
it's
can
more like
see
a
it.
prosthesis than a
Yeah,
cod
but now it's on
piece.
my leg. What's the volume like compared to everyone else? Chat. What are we thinking?
Do we need to jack up,
Ah,
or do we need to turn them down?
right. What is the chat saying?
They seem to. They're just saying it's fine.
Okay, everything's fine. Great, that's perfect. I left my water over here. This is nice because I can take it with me. So now we're doing it from now on. So how you feeling about this whole? Hold on, nope. There we go. How?
As soon as he gets his digital dick properly.
Exactly. Well, it's not. First of all,
She
it's
is a Mormon.
It
All
is
right.
I'm sorry, Katie.
I believe they prefer Mormon.
Uh,
Rich, get it together, am I right? So how do you feel
So-
about
so
this so
po-
far?
poly-
You're talking to strangers on the internet.
It's a new experience.
That's a very positive way to look at it.
You have gained 6 crewmen. See, you know,
How did we do that?
by choosing to
Did we
leave,
bring
right?
more people back with us?
Apparently, maybe it was another transporter accident. I don't know.
Maybe we'd already written them off as lost, and so the fact that they came back at all
Yeah.
seems like a positive.
Yeah, you expected everyone to die on that trip, and they came back. So, all right, this is the only one we can go to.
Master Chief says it's a. Oh no, that's smart again. But it's a metal rod on my lap, and I'm happy to see you.
It's true. I am happy to see everyone. It's not. You know what? It's just nice to get out of the house. That's the.
I like your shirt with the
the
sloth.
Nap all day, sleep all night, party never. That's my life. So,
You want me? Oh, is that a Scooby Doo reference?
That's clearly a Scooby-Doo reference.
Strange things are suddenly happening aboard the ship. Objects are moving by themselves. You hear knocking, church bells, screaming and laughter that doesn't appear to be coming from anywhere. You might be infested with a space ghost.
ooh, coast to coast.
Your orders, do you? Call the ghost out? Call a paranormal expert? Or go ghost hunting?
Dude, call that ghost out. Go, hey, you punk ass ghost, get out my ship. That's calling it out, right?
You haven't joined. You call them out. You haven't joined the crew.
Ooh.
You have a
Yeah.
ghost crew member.
Now
There
you're
you
talking.
go.
They can go
Yeah.
out in space and do stuff. That's a great idea. Chat, I was watching WWDC today. I don't know if you're an Apple
Angrily,
fan.
you order the ghost to show itself. You're sick
great.
of
I was gonna
this
talk
and
about
want it
Apple
to
stuff.
end.
Okay,
Now!
I'm talking.
Crew looks at you sadly. It's the last straw. They have no choice but to relieve you of duty, since you've been seeing and hearing things that aren't there. You enjoy a long stay at Twinkle Star Estates to get healthy again. -1 bravado. Bravado?
Bravado.
Bravado. Yeah, I know.
I like the way you say it better, though.
Really?
Bravado.
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 Because then it sounds like you're speaking a foreign language.
Bravado.
They were spelling it in the chat with a D-O-U-G-H at the end.
Bravado.
Yeah, bravado. It's like, like
what are
new
our
pizza
choices
restaurant or something. That'd be a good name for a pizza
random?
joint. Bravado.
I ate donuts. I do keep a
Random
spreadsheet.
or random?
For shirts that I wear on the
I'm
show.
going for the pink, that one.
That one, because you keep your options open.
Yeah. The shirts I wear in stream don't go into my spreadsheet, though, because, we do that more often. But I do keep a spreadsheet of shirts that I wear on official Red Letter Media shows to make sure that I don't double up on them, and that is a perfectly normal thing.
It's a fine thing.
I'm wearing a new shirt. I'm wearing a shirt that they have never seen before, and the camera's
They
on.
can't see it.
So they can't see my new shirt. Pretty excited about it. It has a
Not,
sloth
Jack,
on
not
it.
everybody wants to be on camera all the time.
No. I think it's great that we're not on camera, mostly because now that there's 4 of us, it's a madhouse. It's a madhouse in here.
Yeah, the logistics of
We
having all
can't get
4
that
of
wide.
us be in
We can't
frame
get
would
that wide.
probably be a nightmare.
Oh yeah, if we tried to get all of us in one camera shot, we'd all be so tiny. You'd see more of the room than you would of us. So it's okay.
By the way,
We would be lost in a forest of VHS cassettes.
you won interrupting me for 200 points. You won second place in a beauty contest. Food and fuel.
Hey,
Not
nice.
bad. Not bad.
Nice Monopoly reference.
What
Yeah.
beauty contest gives out food as a prize?
They feel so bad for the models.
Yeah, this is funny because usually you win a beauty contest by not eating food.
Right.
So maybe they figure you're really hungry because you haven't been eating.
Exactly.
So.
At the end of it, they're just like these.
Good
poor,
job, you can eat now.
These
Maybe
poor
it's a
contestants.
Polynesian beauty contest where
Oh,
they
there we go.
encourage...
But here's the thing, though. If you eat after winning a
Full-bodied
beauty
kind of
contest, then Donald Trump yells at you.
Oh, that's true.
So
Sorry,
we're not
it
getting
was just
political.
it was hanging right out there.
I can't
know.
criticize him for putting ketchup on his steak, but you can criticize him for that. Okay.
Did you hear about the and
After
well done
nearly
too.
an hour and a half
Who
of
eats
hello
a steak
call.
well done?
I know it's a travesty.
No,
it's
and,
like meat murder.
That's
Like meat might be murder, but like well done is murdering
Right.
meat.
And who cares that he's just a horrible man in general? Anyone who cooks, and like he goes to nice steakhouses too, and he gets them well. What kind of monster?
Seriously.
I'm sorry I started this, but it was too. The fruit was hanging right in front of me. It was
Yeah.
right there. I had to grab
Yep.
it.
And now we're here.
And now I've kicked us all out of paradise.
Pretty much. Yep. Congratulations. I guess.
After nearly an hour and a half on hollow calls with Admiral Armstrong, it's clear that this thing is going to keep dragging out. You've got to find a way out of this. Apologize and hang up, or feign interference.
I'm with
go
bad
for
news
the
and
direct.
shoes. Medium
Apologize
rare, a
and
little
hang up.
bloody.
Interrupt
Medium
Admiral
rare
Armstrong.
on the rare end. Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
We've gotta take
I
care of
started
captain
interrupting you
stuff.
at that point, to be fair.
Go ahead.
Well, read it.
No, somebody just said that they like medium rare a little bit bloody, and I said I'm with them. I like medium rare leaning toward rare.
Oh yeah. Especially if you go to a nicer steakhouse.
Yeah.
That's the flavor, the juice, the closer an animal is to being alive, the better it tastes.
Rich and I both grew up in households where the mother / grandmother, my mother, his grandmother, not someone who was both their mother and their grandmother, because that would be
That
weird.
would be weird, yes.
But it would probably involve time travel. But
Or an Oedipus.
where
hump.
things where steaks were cooked to the point where your jaws would get tired and they had no flavor, and
Yeah.
later on in life realizing what steaks are actually supposed
Yeah,
to
I used to
taste
thought,
like.
why do people like steak?
I don't like
Oh, it's
steak.
terrible. Oh, it's terrible. Because I'd only ever had steaks that were horribly overcooked.
Yeah. You're not a steak
and
person?
No.
Are you a meat eater? Are you
I am a meat
Have you
eater.
had properly-
I like
Here's my
ground,
question.
ground meat,
Oh yeah,
but
hamburgers are great.
not
yeah.
so much steak.
Have you had properly cooked steak, though? Or
I
have you only
have.
had it well done?
I've mostly had it well done, and if I have to eat steak, I have
Try
it
it-
well done. But I have
Try
tried.
it rare. Try it rare.
I've tried it medium, and that was
Medium?
kind of
Medium, yeah?
disgustingly not cooked. to
Yeah?
my taste.
Yeah?
Then,
maybe.
yeah.
Sorry.
Then maybe not.
Some
Then maybe
people
not.
can't get over the visual, like especially like the rare when
Oh.
it looks like raw.
Pink.
and
Yeah.
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 bloody. Yeah, I can see that, but that's I used to be a butcher, and so I just
Were you a
love dead
butcher?
animals.
I didn't know this.
You did not know this?
I knew you were a wedding DJ. Was this
I'm-
simultaneous?
The man,
were you
the
like,
man grew up on
man
a
of
farm.
many
It'd be more
talents.
shocking if he hadn't slaughtered an animal.
I am a jack of all trades and master of none. I've had many,
Literally a
many
jack
different jobs.
of
Yes.
all trades?
But I was a butcher for a couple years, and I just love meat and eating it.
So,
All
here's
the
a tip
meat.
from This Time It's Lupus. Hey guys, just got in from work. Rich, is this the sister you have to thank for your introduction to the Star Wars Holiday Special?
That would
How did you
be-
ever
that'd be
forgive
the
her
other
for
one.
that? Well, one of the other ones. You have a couple of sisters. A few
Yes.
sisters.
That'd be the other
You're
one. of
the
my
one that
dad's
we
side.
have in common.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be the one.
Our
yes.
mutual sister.
Yes.
Is this the one that showed you the bad anime?
Bad
Probably
anime?
not.
Didn't you say like a sister showed you an anime that was a little too adult?
That would no. That was
That
That would not have been
That
me.
was that was
her
a
big
specially
sister.
abled person I befriended in high school.
Oh, okay.
Oh, am I getting my stories crossed?
yeah,
I
you're
might-
getting
I
your
might be
stories
getting my
completely
wires
crossed.
Okay,
You're getting the holiday special crossed with the other story.
that's probably it. That's probably
Adult-
it. Sorry.
I was friendly enough to him. He was a nice guy, and then one day he gives me a you gotta watch this. I bring it home, and I didn't want to talk
Is
about
this
it.
the
It
same
was just,
person
oh my
who drew
God.
extra fingers on your dragon poster?
No, that was not. No.
Okay. He did a he's a pretty good artist, and he did a poster in high school, and it had a dragon for like homecoming, and this guy went and like drew rather poorly extra fingers because I guess
My
in
dragon,
the Tolkien
you know-
universe or whatever, dragons have a different.
Everyone
number of
knows
fingers.
dragons have 3 fingers, 4 fingers, not 3.
Hi, dragons are not
my
real.
God.
I love it.
All right, whole or random?
Do you need Hull?
We have 6.
Out
We've
of
only
what?
lost 2 since we started.
Oh, okay.
How did Jack mix up Rich's sister with a mentally challenged person? That's a great question
Go with the
because
mystery
their
green.
mutual sister is overeducated, if anything else.
I've
Highly-
never met Rich's
highly,
sisters. I don't know. Well, not
His
one.
other sister has got a doctorate or something in like.
I figure she went to
something.
enough school for both of us. She went
Yeah.
for like 9 or 10 years, and I went for like 9 months. So if you average it, that's a
Yeah.
perfectly normal amount
Took
of
you
higher
got a
education.
practical, hands-on. What would you call it? A
Vocational training,
vocational
trade
training,
school,
and,
whatever.
And she went to 8 million years of school and wrote a book
Yeah,
about like medieval Christianity or something. I don't even know.
much earlier than medieval.
Okay. She's like,
Like-
a
like
theology
Stonehenge
person
kinda
or
stuff?
something.
Well, no, I mean it's still Christianity, so we're
So it
talking
needs to
AD.
start at least 0. Come on, Rich.
They're
Get
saying
your
a
timeline
Dr. Evans.
together.
Yes, I suppose she is.
Yeah, but, that's a little over my head for me to be commenting on. But
All right, we lost 1 attack. And
Except
2
that
crew.
she's not a Dr. Evans because she's no longer an Evans, but I guess she would have been.
Set a course for savings!
Nice.
Sensors show a massive vessel approaching, and all channels are jammed with a catchy tune. It's an Omega Mart superstore. Galaxy 4 ships can't repel bargains of this magnitude. Wait. I can
Who wrote
Jack,
this?
can you do Akbar
Akbar, yes. Yes, I can do Akbar.
from here?
You say big money. You
wait,
say big
It's an
money.
Omega Mart Superstore Galaxy. 4 ships can't repel bargains. It's the magnitude. Your
Of
crew.
this magnitude.
Oh,
That's,
what?
We can't repel fire of this magnitude.
Oh, we
remember?
can't repel bargains of this magnitude. It's a trap.
Yeah.
Your
there you go.
crew turn to you with big doe eyes.
eyes.
This is going to be costly. Ho, ho, ho.
with big bravado eyes.
Oh, nice.
Grr. Bravado.
Wow. Rich, go with the joke, man. Yes, and.
let's
Jack's
try
is
the.
bad. Yeah, it was the best Akbar
customer
I could do.
service.
That's what that was supposed to be?
What?
I really had no idea.
That was my Admiral Akbar.
It's a trap. Well,
That's all you know. That's all I can go off of.
That's all he did.
I don't remember him saying anything else.
Right?
Really.
Right.
Nothing memorable, anyway.
Plus 30 food.
Yay!
We won't
Gobbledygooks.
starve.
Burnt steaks are a great political metaphor. Meat salesmen market eating steaks well done so that the people who fall for it would gladly buy bad raw products since
Ooh, sure.
they will prepare it ruined anyway.
That's how you know if you ever go to a restaurant and they don't ask you how you want your burger cooked or your steak cooked, get out because they don't have quality meat. like if you go to a restaurant and you say like, oh, I want my hamburger medium rare, and they go, oh no, we only cook our hamburgers at this temperature. Whoa, get out.
Well, like food poisoning is a potential concern too, especially with hamburger because that's
Well,
just
normally
like
they
all
just give you a
ground up.
warning and
Yeah.
like on your own head be it kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like
Yes, but I
Be
mean,
ye warned!
there's a
verily I say
quality-
unto thee.
Verily!
there is a quality concern if they don't think their meat is good enough to serve at a certain temperature.
'Tis a chance, my lord, that yonder food may contaminate the bowl.
And you go, I'll go someplace else, and that's okay. That's okay. Be wary of what you eat.
All right.
Meat scraped from the seats, sire.
Well, it's like you don't need, if you go to like a Culver's or like a quick burger shack that have the super thin patties, you don't really need to worry about that because that's cooked all the way through in seconds. But
It's rest.
Rest? Okay.
Wait, rest.
Use 30 food to heal
Fugu.
health points.
Is that like blowfish or something?
No.
No? Okay. We can't spare the food.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Are we still chatting with locals?
They used to go to a sushi restaurant and
I
get
don't know that it
fugu
can
every
hurt.
week, but I don't know what fugu is.
Fugu.
Seem like famous
Something
last
you can
words,
get at a
but let's
sushi
go
Isn't
with it.
restaurant.
fugu
apparently.
the blowfish?
That's what I was asking.
That's
like,
that's poisonous.
Can't hold. Yeah.
if you don't make it right or something.
Right, and it's supposed to make your tongue tingly. I've never had it. I enjoy
Puffer
sushi.
fish.
Pufferfish, is that it?
Makes your tongue tingly. So what is it, like eating ambisol or something?
It's
Scooter bar.
slightly poisonous, and so it's supposed to make your mouth tingly.
Okay, so why don't you just get some raw sushi and unload about a third of
Bartender.
one of those
Always the
containers of
bartender.
ambisol, the teething stuff, and just call it
And then
call it good.
Really, just get some donuts and cover it in ambisol, and you're good to go. I enjoy sushi.
Plus shield or plus bravado. Bravado. We get plus bravado or plus hull. Minus
It's
we don't
plus
know.
tactics, isn't it?
Oh wait, no, you're right. You're right.
It says it puts your lungs on.
But we
That
don't
is
know
plus
what-
tactics.
We
So
don't know
is
what
it
any
a-
of it's going to cost.
Is
We don't
it
know
like
what
a
any of it's gonna
paralytic.
cost us.
Can you put somebody on a respirator until it clears?
You
the
can skip it if
system
you
or
want.
Buy everyone around.
Huh? Everyone around? All right. Bartender grins. Well, all right. Of course, you'll need to pay for it somehow. He looks you over. Well, I'm up for bartering too.
Now, why do all these people have like crazy deep voices? I mean, she's like, "Well, all right,
How
of
many crew
course,
members
you'll
do we
need to
need?
pay for it somehow. I'm up for bartering too."
I think we can spare crew.
Yeah, let's
Yeah, yellow is mean you're starting to run low for yellow.
sell some of our crew into slavery so that we can buy a round of drinks for everyone in the bar.
What kind of monster are you?
Bartender shrugs and you buy a round for the bar. You are so popular right now. Doop.
Yay!
Now see if we can get fuel.
Sure.
Yes, we can.
Yay! We're
we-
not going to play Star Trek VR.
We don't have any
Yeah,
credits.
we don't have any.
We don't
How do we
have
get credits?
Pierre Jules? We don't have a VR setup.
Oh, we
Which
sell
I
something
don't really
else.
care about VR. It's-
Oh,
Is there
okay.
anything we have a surplus
gonna
of? We get
We seem to be picking up food fairly well.
food. You want? We can do that. We can do that.
And then I feel like fuel is probably important.
Oh, I need 2 credits.
They say that you should sell
Two
more
cr- we need
crewmen
2.
for food or as food. Do you have an option to eat your crewmen? Because I mean, that would be like an easy conversion.
There's probably
Please, we've
some.
already gone through the slave trade. Now we're going to talk about
Just
cannibalism.
Straight into
Well,
cannibalism.
if you have a surplus of one and a shortage of the other,
I think
mean,
Karen's
you know.
just trying to be efficient.
Supply and demand.
Right.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
want to sell your crew to get money and use that money to buy food when you could skip a step.
Well,
Exactly.
What's more
You know,
efficient?
it's like conversion rate. You know, like you know, the middleman. You know, everybody takes a
Exactly.
cut. So just eat your crewmen.
buy the food direct from the people who you kill to get it. I'm with
Yes, go Donner Party. Exactly.
you. What?
I'm not gonna say anything bad about a Donner Party reference.
I wasn't the one who made it.
All right.
Judge Frowny
Are we getting
Face
rid of more
says,
crew?
"Ain't no party like a Donner Party."
We need 1 more coin to buy fuel.
How many crew do we lose? 2?
2.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, 50 fuel.
Zegotten, I believe Jay has talked about Manborg. Sorry, chat. I don't think we're going to do Manborg on the show because Jay says it's too good of a movie. So, on Best of the Worst. That was that. You can continue now, Rich.
Oh, that's fine.
So sorry. No, I'm sorry for interrupting.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to play a game during our
Time to
gaming
leave.
stream.
Yeah, no, and I know, and I interrupted you, but I think technically I was talking first, so really you.
You know, it's
interrupted
fine.
me.
It's fine.
So get it together.
A transporter accident turns the away team into delicious hamburgers.
That might happen in this game. I would not put it past this game. What are you?
Cosmic cholera. How is that different than normal cholera?
It's in space.
Yeah.
You see.
It's all right. It's all right. It'll be fine.
Willie J says, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's wonderful to hang out with you tonight. Can Jack try a Doc Brown impersonation? I thought I heard it while he did his Akbar.
It would be
Thanks for all
very
the
similar
fun."
to Akbar, yeah. Right?
And
Marty,
Karen
we've
is
got
nice.
a... Marty.
They found me. The Libyans. Oh.
Like that's it's like Hank Hill, a little exhausted.
Damn it, Marty. Oh.
So no, apparently, by the way, I can't.
Hank Hill on speed.
Must be something wrong with its gravity in the future.
Rich does a pretty good.
Yeah,
Doc
that's
Brown
not
impression.
too bad. They want you to do Bane.
Oh, well, they
Bane?
I know I do
Who's
Bane
Bane?
too much. I haven't
Batman.
done Bane. Did you see
Batman
the,
villain. He
the
was
new
in the
Batman movies?
The Dark Knight Rises.
Did you see that one? He's got.
She saw Begins. She saw Begins. She did not see The Dark Knight.
You know what? Begins was kind of weak. Yeah, if you didn't want to see. I mean, Dark Knight's really good, but I could see someone after Begins, like, which is, by the way, it's a kind of a weak movie.
The Dark Knight, though, entirely because of Heath Ledger.
That's what
Is
he was
the
like,
best
ready
Batman
to blow up
movie.
a boat or something.
But it's a lot of things in that movie.
That was
It's a little
fantastic.
bit more- It's a little bit. It's a little bit.
He was
more
like the best
important than
Joker
that.
ever.
Well, Mark Hamill is the best Joker ever. But Heath Ledger,
In the Nolan universe,
You know,
his Joker
for live action Jokers,
Yeah.
if
We're
you
talking
stop
live
him.
action.
Yeah. So no, in any case, in the third one, there's a character named Bane, and he has
Going
this
purple?
giant, ridiculous thing on his face.
And he talks like this. And he
I'm a
says,
fan of 60s
Batman,
Batman.
I see what you've done tonight.
What?
Yeah, purple.
That's what Bane talks like. That's my Bane impression.
I don't think I've seen this.
It's not bad. It's quality.
You've got accustomed to the darkness. I was molded by it, born to it.
And that's his voice for the entire movie, and it's annoying as crud.
Sounds like he's talking to his hands.
Yes, it sounds exactly like he has a giant thing on his face.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. And like they put his voice really high up in the mix to make him seem like a little more powerful.
You think you have captured me, but it is my plan.
So he basically sounds like he's talking through a toilet paper tube.
That's exactly what it is.
Caesar Romano is the perfect Joker, says the chat. For the era, Caesar Romero's Joker is spot on. He nailed
Sure.
like 50s comic book Joker, which is what that was.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's a Four Lights reference.
What's four lights?
On a routine visit to the science lab, you come upon two scientists having a very heated argument about how many lights there are in the lab. One scientist swears there are 3, the other claims there are 4 lights. You see 4 lights. This isn't a debate, there are 4 lights. Or, gently help the scientist see his error.
Is this the Picard?
That is totally a reference to that,
yeah,
you know it.
Yeah, yeah. The Picard torture episode?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Is this like a 2 + 2 = 5 kind of thing?
Kind of.
All right, here's the episode.
It's the Next
this is a
Generation
Next Gen.
episode, yeah.
Yeah, this is Next Gen. There was a Next Gen episode where Picard gets captured by the Cardassians, and they torture him for a considerable...
Kim Kardashian or
The Cardassians,
okay?
Boom.
who don't have a reality show. They're
Excellent
just
pop culture
jerks.
reference, Karen. 10 points.
So they torture Picard. And Picard doesn't know this, but like Starfleet, they've already handled the diplomacy. The Cardassians are getting ready to let Picard go. But the Cardassian who's been torturing him, he has to get one over on Picard. So even though Picard doesn't know he's about to be released, so the Cardassian goes to him, he says, you know what? You can live a life of luxury here, we'll set you up in a nice house. You'll eat meals. We'll discuss literature. But you just have to look at those 4 lights up there and tell me there are 3 lights. He has to break Picard. And it's a fantastic episode.
It might be worth it.
That's the whole thing.
All I gotta do is lie about one set of lights.
But he just wants to break them. It's a fantastic episode.
Right, but Picard is an honest man who doesn't want to be broken by his enemy.
Right.
What do you do?
You know what he does?
What?
He says, there are 4 lights.
Uh-oh.
The scientist who says there are 3 lights, he's just wrong. You decide to show his error and support the other scientist because she's in the right.
Well.
Through careful questioning during a productive working lunch with a lavish buffet, you realize they're both right. There are 4 lights, but only 3 are on. 1 bulb is burnt out.
Oh.
Everyone shakes hands, and that's the end of that.
Dear heck, but you don't chuck corn, you shuck corn.
No,
You
no.
chuck you could throw corn, but
Wait,
you shuck corn.
Karen, do you know that Hackbot's not a real person? It's
No.
it's a program.
I know it's not a real person, but I can still correct it.
So, well, no, but you are actually incorrectly correcting it. That is a reference to I grew up
Throwing
on a farm.
it. Chucking it, yes.
Just for Katie, who doesn't know me at all. And during the summers, my brothers and sisters and I would play a game called Corn Tag, where we would go out into the cornfields and chuck corn at each other.
Oh, you
and
do mean chuck.
I do, yes. We would
Okay, I
actually...
thought you meant shuck, because you shuck corn.
You do shuck corn, but no, we would chuck corn at each other and try to hit
Ah,
each other
shucks.
with ears of corn. So I guess you have to get your facts straight before you try to correct a robot.
I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, robots, they don't make errors, all right?
Only
robots.
the humans who program them do.
So-
Random or whole? Oh, go
For
ahead.
green stars being supposedly rare, we've already encountered like 3 of them.
Yeah,
Doesn't seem that rare after all.
it's a game. It's a game, and you need to shut the hell up about that. You and your logic.
Let's go with the pink.
Pink?
iMac Pro
A woodchuck
has
would shuck all he
jack.
could if a woodchuck could shuck corn.
Yeah, how many corns?
Acorn?
Can't take it anymore. You divert resources from your science team to turn off the annoying indicator light that has been flashing on your dashboard for the last light year. -1 science.
Moving on. I'm sorry, Chad, I know like some of you want me to talk about WWDC, but no one else here is an Apple person, and so I have to wait.
Who?
What is that?
It's the Worldwide Developers Conference, the big Apple keynote
So it's like
speech.
E3 for Mac heads or something?
Kind of. It's like a special gathering of people who make applications for iPhones and iPads and Macs. And they all get together, and at this convention, Apple shows off all of their new products. They talk about the new software that's coming out. It's basically a giant Apple circle jerk. And because I'm a huge Apple fanboy,
I see that?
I watch it
You can do
every
it. You can
year.
click it. I gotta
They
do
do
something.
2 of these a year, and I watch it every year. And they announce new iMac Pros. The new,
And they tell you what they're going to take away next.
They tell
We
you
took
what-
away the headphone jack. We're going
Yeah.
to take away the screen next. Oh, they already took away the
By the
screen.
way-
That was a shuffle.
They did take away the screen.
They took away all the buttons too when they
They-
had the mini shuffle.
Oh yeah,
thingy.
yeah. There's a new driving mode for your phone that literally turns off your screen while you're driving, so you can't be distracted.
Oh, jeez. Because you're not a grown up. What if
big-
you're a passenger?
There's a little button that says I'm. a
We have no
passenger. And of course,
fuel.
you can disable it, like if you don't want it. On,
Engage the SOS.
but it's some fun products. They announce their.
They're going to take away the battery next.
Just take it away. We
You're
don't
just
need
going to
it.
have to use it. You're going to plug it into your car. And
You have to walk. We're gonna have thigh
Yeah.
thigh generators. So every time you walk, you have to generate power.
it's for your health.
It's for your health. Absolutely, I love it. But yeah, nothing incredibly special. iOS 11 looks really neat.
Are you trying to show me something?
The iMac.
No, I had
Pro
to.
is
I forgot to switch up the
a
title
nice
and what game we're playing on
upgrade.
the thing.
The HomePod is ridiculously overpriced, as is all Apple products.
Have they really done any other than
There could
that?
be more
Other than
fuel.
that watch, which had a lackluster reception. I know they sold a lot of them, but other than the watch, have they done anything new? Other than we are courageous, we took away the headphone jack. But have they done anything new in like the last 5 years or so?
I mean, even the watch. There were other e-watches on the market. Now the Apple Watch is the best-selling watch device
because a lot of people have Apple devices.
Because a lot of people have Apple
in
ecosystem.
the Apple.
They do. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. Like they have created a new way to program, and a lot of people are starting to use Swift, which is their programming language, because it's a lot easier to use. And of course,
so there are actual benefits to this other than like planned obsolescence for their hardware.
Exactly. Like, you know, they're tech people, and you know, they've done a lot of good work as far as like the digital assistant goes. Of course, now Google and Amazon have overpassed.
They've definitely innovated. At various times, the iPod was revolutionary. In its day, the iPad.
The iPhone was unheard of.
Absolutely, all of them were. Right. But all of them have been out for a while, and all of them have been cloned, and I'm just wondering if they've done anything.
And yeah, now a lot of their new products are basically kind of better and slightly more, or slightly better, but definitely more expensive versions of things that already exist.
We have our pad, and now we're going to make it 12 inches.
Yeah.
We have our pad, we'll make it a little bit smaller.
It's like now we have the Amazon Echo, which is this personal assistant speaker that everyone loves. We're going to make our own, and we're going to call it the HomePod, and it's going to have better speakers, but instead of costing $180, it's going to cost $350.
And Amazon said, okay, we've got ours. It was 180. We'll drop it to 130. Oh, and by the way, here's one that's 50, and it's Black Friday. You want it for 35. Exactly. Hey, you can get a 6-pack for... They really do price these things like in multiples.
Exactly. So...
Amazon sells their tablets and things as commodities, and Apple sells them as like a premium product and a buy it into their universe,
into their ecosystem, which I'm a part of. Like, you know, So anyway, it was a little lackluster WWDC, but it's always fun just to hear about the new stuff because of course I will be continuing in my Apple ecosystem.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the new software seems fun. They've added a file structure to the new iOS. So if you have an iPad, you can actually browse files like you do on your computer.
Does it get a second wind? Nope.
So
you could already do that, couldn't you? And weren't there any posts, any I mean, I could do that on my tablet with a... You download one of many browsing apps.
Sure, but now they're integrating it into the software, and so, you know, they're blurring...
So the fact that they're making their own version is not just kidding.
Limping to the goal.
It's integrated, you know, like you don't have to go into an app.
But you did it.
Okay.
And really, it's a file system like everyone has had on their computers for the past 20 years, but they're blurring the lines between what is an iPad and what is a computer, which is really neat, and so...
Can I say my sister just won her first ever game of Lion
Congratulations! Go, Katie!
We made it. I don't know that I would consider it winning.
You're still alive. You did it.
We were starving.
Yeah, but you didn't starve to death.
Still alive.
That happens.
I think eventually you just lose. You lose once you run out of food. You start bleeding through members.
It's a long obituary,
isn't it?
Sold the bartender.
Really wanted a sandwich, didn't pack a lunch,
Didn't
eating
pack
food
a
badly,
lunch.
really wanted a sandwich, joined Starvation Nation, ran out of trail mix, joined Starvation Nation.
I think it just repeats. That's why it seems like
yeah,
so
it
much.
was still pretty long.
It's still pretty long, yes. But it was successful.
Congratulations.
So, what are we doing something else?
I've seen Rich lose this game, so, you know, for your first run, that's not bad. And no one got space dysentery. Which probably either makes you grow an extra head or...
That has to be.
Somebody did have space cholera, or cosmic
cholera.
So.
That sounds horrible.
I love it.
Cholera itself is pretty horrible. With cosmic cholera, does it come out of your pores or something?
There is Oregon Trail. That's the zombie version of Oregon Trail. This is a whole subgenre.
Apparently.
Oregon Trail, but
right.
The subgenre, yeah.
All right, I need a drink,
and I need to pee.
Oh,
which is kind of the opposite problem, really.
we have a
I drink
break
too much.
button.
We have a magic button. Mute the mics and hit our magic button.
Which one is the